for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Hello everyone, Billy Tucci here, and I am so excited to announce She's long-awaited return to comic book shops with this April's She #1 30th Anniversary Original Art Edition. The groundbreaking masterwork that literally changed the face of comics and launched the Bad Girl Revolution returns in this premium formatted 112-page hardcover edition featuring the never-before-published original artwork from the book that started it all, 1994's She, Way of the Warrior #1. The She #1 Original Art Edition is literally a project that is 30 years in the making, with every single original art page, penciled inks, hand-painted colors, and letters all rescanned and digitally remastered back to their original glory. We are also offering, for the very first time, the She, Way of the Warrior #1 Pencils Up Ash Can Edition. This book features 32 of my original pencil scans from 1994. Again, thank you for 30 wonderful years in comics. We are so appreciative of all your support and faith in the past, and we look forward to bringing you lots of new She product in 2024. See you on the comic shelves.
What's up, nigga? You wanna talk some shit? Call me. Start some shit, bitch.
Sup, fool? You gonna talk shit about me, homie? Where you from?
Hundreds of niggas is waiting for your motherfucking call, and they all talking shit about you right now.
You wanna sell that shit? Call these motherfuckers ASAP.
Yeah, I said some shit. What? Man, fuck you and your bone spurs.
The hardest niggas is standing by, ready to pick up that phone. Buff niggas, dark niggas, Asian niggas, white niggas.
Suck my dick, bitch! Fuck you.
1213-373-4253.
Just dial, nigga. I'll fuck you up.
Deaf niggas, classic niggas, racist niggas, mystery niggas, psycho niggas, dog niggas, Jewish niggas.
You got some motherfucking nerds calling me out Shabbat on some little bullshit ass nigga. Better calm that shit down and come around here and show me some fucking respect before me and my Jewish niggas come up here and beat your ass, nigga. Off top.
Niggas is talking shit. Call now.
$4.99 per minute. I am the computer man, and I am ready for questions now, thank you.
Somebody. Hey baby, how is your car run? Do you have a trouble with your transmission? Shift it in forward, shift it in reverse. Domestic or foreign, I please you with my service. Shift it in forward, shift it in reverse. Domestic or foreign, I please you with my service. Shift it in forward, shift it in reverse. Domestic or foreign, I please you with my service. Shift it in forward, shift it in reverse. Domestic or foreign, I please you with my service. Hello, my name is Gorgon. Let me help you shift it.
Abra here live on the front line with the general of the Comicsgate Coalition, Ethan Van Sciver. So Ethan, are you feeling confident that your forces will hold back the Dungeoneers from totally fucking up alternate Earth?
Swift, fearless, deadly. These are the men of the Military Assistance Command. They do the jobs the others don't dare to. Trained in the lethal arts. You'll never see them coming. But if you're lucky, you might just hear them rocking. Now, to regain their freedom, they have to take out the assassin clan that made them the Rock and Roll Ninja. Get your copy today.
Yeah. Trump the Don back at it again. Shout out Big Tucker, Alex Stein, JP Sears, Jordan Peterson, and Ben Shapiro. They call me racist, fake news. But Kodak Mazo, I got love for my Haitians. They cool. The media full of these federal agents. Break rules. America first, these candidates hate it. And hate you. Keep it 10 toes down, stay true. Everybody, they were loving me. So the media was switching up on me. Now they young, trying to comfort me. And get a little piece of my money. Greatest president of all time. If you think not, you're mistaken. The only president I love more is them blue-hunted Ben Franklins. These rappers are flexing their cars. Some are flexing their house. My toilet bowl is made of solid gold. I don't need gold in my mouth. Government is full of perverts. Ignoring the Hillary servers. Did Epstein really get murdered? That was my burner. Eating Trump steak, drinking Trump water. Trump towers with Trump daughter. Trump wine, I'm a super gremlin. I don't care about that loser Eminem. Trying to do me like OJ, just know the glove that don't fit. It's about to be a cold case, no love for a snitch. They call me racist, fake news. But Kodak Mazo, I got love for my Haitians. They cool. The media full of these federal agents. Break rules. America first, these candidates hate it. And hate you. Keep it 10 toes down, stay true. Wow. We're making it out of Trump Towers with this one.
Happy National Mario Day! Many of you may be confused, but you know that slightly popular video game Mario Kart? Well, today is the day we're supposed to honor the man in the little red hat. The inspiration behind this day to celebrate the famous Nintendo character is because when March 10th is abbreviated to Mar 10, it looks like the word Mario.
Hi, I'm Gary at the one and only Gary's Mattress. Now with locations in Koreatown and Little Tokyo. We are karate are chopping up prices just for you. Even we would buy it. At Gary's Mattress, we're blowing up prices. Man on horse, bring good. For treatment at Gary's Mattress, I'd be very surprised. We're scalping prices. If you find a mattress at a better price, I'll kick a puppy and punch a kitten just for you.
My name is Cecil. I'll sell you gas or diesel cars on my lot. Some of them new, some of them not. I got a tricked out crew. They got one job to do. Tend to your needs, take good care. Make sure they treat you honest and fair. So many deals far and above. One of these babies you're sure to love. Come find a car and we'll do our part. 'Cause I'm Cecil Myers, the dealer with a heart.
Welcome to Oz. Tell me, how again did you find your way here? No need to worry. You are safe here. There are wonders here never seen before. You thought you could escape me?
スーパーマリオブラザーズ2はさすがディスクで面白い。ヘタクソ。
ゼルダの伝説もさすがディスクで面白い。下手くそ。
ムカーチェッカ。ムカッとくるけど。やればやるほどディスクシステム。
Fuck you, Baltimore!
If you're dumb enough to buy a new car this weekend,
you're a big enough schmuck to come to Big Bill Hell's Cars.
Bad deals.
Cars that break down.
Thieves.
If you think you're gonna find a bargain at Big Bill,
you can kiss my ass.
It's our belief that you're such a stupid motherfucker.
You'll fall for this bullshit.
Guaranteed.
If you find a better deal,
shove it up your ugly ass.
You heard us right.
Shove it up your ugly ass.
Bring your tray.
Bring your title.
Bring your wife.
We'll fuck her.
That's right, we'll fuck your wife.
Because at Big Bill Hell,
you're fucked 6 ways from Sunday.
Take a hike
to Big Bill Hell,
home of challenge pissing.
That's right,
challenge pissing.
How does it work?
If you can piss 6 feet in the air straight up and not get wet,
you get no down payment.
Don't wait.
Don't delay.
Don't fuck with us or we'll rip your nuts off.
Only at Big Bill Hell.
The only dealer that tells you to fuck off.
Hurry up, asshole.
This event ends the minute after you write us a check.
And it better not bounce or you're a dead motherfucker.
Go to hell.
Big Bill Hell's Cars.
Baltimore's filthiest.
And exclusive on one of the meanest sons of bitches in the state of Maryland.
Guaranteed.
Hello. What is up, guys?
Here we are. Here we are. Situation normal. All fucked up.
Johnny, we can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I can't hear you either, Johnny, there.
Uh-oh.
Already they're trying to shut us down.
What a great hat, though, and vest Johnny's got on. Look at this. He really cleans up well, you know?
We're going to have to do all sign language this episode. Sorry, chat.
I'll have to put on a British accent for everybody.
I can do them.
Well,
there it is.
There it is. Sorry, I had the microphone set weird. Lovely to see you all. Thanks for tuning in.
No doubt. Hail, chat.
There's a lot of people watching tonight. I think this is like the most we've ever had. All fans of Malin Mysteries.
Yeah.
How have you been anyway, Doc and Pat? How you been?
You want to go first, Pat?
No, you got it, Dr. Ben. I want to hear how you're doing.
I'm doing all right. You know, I've been just working on my stuff, slow but sure. I got other. It's tax season too, and I'm supposed to help the landlord with taxes. So you guys have taxes over in England, right?
Yeah, we got taxes. You a debt collector then?
Well, of a sort, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's,
Good
sometimes there's legs and they got to be broken. What can you say?
You wouldn't believe how difficult it is, like hauling that sledgehammer around. Oh, so tiring.
Yeah, I've been doing that. And reviewing comics. I was excited because I got that Jack the Ripper Vampire Hunter from Mandy and Peter Gilmore over there. I was like very, very excited about that, and it was well worth it. Well worth it,
Yeah, he's a brilliant artist, Peter Gilmore. I've been looking at some of his stuff recently. Actually, it's for horror stuff. You can't really go wrong. It's quite a niche style, ain't it? Like horror comics. It's kind of.
Well, I was yeah. Well, I was thinking immediately, the first comparison I'm thinking is like Eddie Campbell covering Jack the Ripper too, but like their styles are so just miles apart. I mean, I love both of them, but like, it's just like, how's this going to work out? Because he's got that highly, like super highly detailed style, and then he's got that the grayscale that he puts on there is.
Can you bring some of it up? Let's take a look at it.
Yeah, it's over. Let me grab it up. It's over on the other side over there. Give me just a second.
You're good.
Yeah, you'll see. All right.
I've just been chilling, Johnny, waiting for the art to come back for my comic book. We're in a little bit of like how would I put it? There's some more character designs I want him to do first before he actually works on the interior pages for those characters. So we're in the actual book has kind of taken a stop for a couple weeks here, which is a little stressful, but you got to take your time and do the characters right first if you want to tell a good story. So anyway, Dr. Ben's back.
Hell yeah. It's, the only thing is that it's hard. I don't know how this is going to work.
Someone's asking for you to put your link in the chat, Pat. Nate's asking.
Thank you for reminding me.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to... Hold on here.
Oh, I can already see that looks nice. Wow.
I'm going to turn this off for just a second so that way... Yeah, his art is so... Trying to cover up the couch.
Wait, you live in a real house? I thought you were in the jungle.
Well, this is like a bunker. So.
Oh, I see. Okay, all right, right.
You travel through time.
Right. Yeah, his art is so. It doesn't come across real well on the.
Look at that. Ooh, that town on the left there. Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. It is so in. If you have
Now
it
that's
like
an establishing shot right there.
it has got like this like silver like sheen to it that is just unbelievable. Like it just that's I mean like in putting it through the camera and whatnot, it's hard to let me get the money shot for you too, because that's always he's trying to figure out
Oh, nice. Wow.
himself.
Well, not nice, but
Right.
wow.
He's studying the other vampires, trying to find like a cure or whatever. And I mean, man, it is just that's what I'm saying. I was just like blown away, like looking through it. It's just fantastic. So I mean,
nice.
Shit, now I gotta get back into the over there, over on the train tracks. But yeah, it was amazing. My hat's off to him. Amazing work.
There's something about black and white comic books that really capture you as well. You gotta have extra good detail, I think, for it to be black and white.
Yeah. You got to be able to work those contrasts too, those the negative space and all that.
Right. Yeah, it's
Wait. Isn't that how you share the link? I'm so bad with the computer.
Well, see, that was why I liked like the Eddie Campo version. Like Richie Dupe is saying, it's the same style as from that period, like the with like Eddie Campbell's, it was more like that scratchy, like etching style. But then there was also like, they'd have those like old like color tinted pictures and stuff from the Victorian period. And that's what Gilmore's stuff is like, is that super just it's like realistic looking, and it's just got that, I don't even know how you describe it, just it's like a soft lens that you can put on like photos and stuff, where it makes everything look more smoother or something.
Yeah.
But then he's dealing with
Would you say that that's how Dan Lawless's art kind of feels? Not that they're the same style, but that feeling of smoothness.
I've heard of him, Dan Lawless. What does he draw? What's his art?
He does a lot of covers and like pinups for people, like all kinds of people. I'm sure I have like 3 or 4 in this Cyberfrog box here. It's super useful for keeping all the like stuff that you get with everybody's campaigns, like the stickers and the cards and shit. But I also have like an Alterna comic card binder here, which is sick. It's so full right now.
It looks like you've got quite a collection there, Pat.
Oh yeah. Well, this all comes from the look. Check this out. This is the I got this from eBay from how the fuck do I hold this to make it look right?
That's true, Dark Mind of Al.
But it's a giant splash that Ethan did, and it's spread out amongst cards. And it's, if you can't tell through the screen here, it's glossy, which is sick. Everybody knows glossy things are sick.
Oh yeah.
And metallic things. But anyway.
Well, that's the same thing as this, like compare like looking at those cards with all the gloss and like metallic on it, over the computer screen as compared to like holding them in person. You know what I mean? There's just no comparison. It's like you gotta.
We've got our first guest for the night, lads.
Oh, nice!
Right.
Very special guest creeping in the green room.
Okay.
And himself, Big John.
Wow.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Howdy, John. How you doing?
Good. I'm trying to send Choke up the link real quick here.
Oh, nice.
Thanks for coming on, John.
Yeah, no problem. No problem, guys. Thanks. Oh, good evening.
The chat's asking for us to watch through the series, so I'm going to have to get that going if people want to do that.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, let me share this show out too. YouTube.
Yeah.
Johnny.
Yeah, 2 seconds. I'll make you yeah, where you to? If you put something in the chat, John, I'll make you a mod so you can share your links.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
It's the live action. Oh, this is. I don't know about a lot of animal talk lately, and I always keep a couple of fish by my sides. I don't know if that's quite where we want to go with all that, or. Man, this is fantastic. Right. This is going to be a good
all set. Yeah, what are we talking about? Animal totems? Yeah. Someone wants a fish?
Animal totems?
Is that what you guys are talking about just a second ago? Somebody wanted to have a fish totem? Oh, Dr. Ben wanted to have a fish totem?
Yeah, well,
to pole dance around?
Is that a fake fish you got there?
Yeah. It's not a. I mean, it's a real piece of wood, but it's not an actual. Fish. I just figured with all the animal talk lately, I figured try to expand, get away from just horses and dogs.
Oh yeah.
Bring us into some fun.
Maybe you can make Fishman.
Yeah, fish girl. Fish girl.
Woven fish.
Yeah.
Woven fish. Excellent. All right. Oh, we're gonna. Here it is.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna start playing these. I didn't expect to play them all, but someone asked for it, so.
Yeah, go for it.
Are we gonna go right?
No, you can't fuck a fish. That's disgusting.
Like.
A lot of them have little teeth, right?
They do. That's what I'm saying. Like it's even with any of these animals, horses.
Yeah, fillet your penis.
Fellatio.
Fellatio your penis.
Oh, yeah, it's been a heck of a week. This has been a good one.
I got my 9 Lives beanie on just for tonight.
Cats. There's another one. That's what I'm saying. Should we read out the titles?
All of the Comicsgate community were hunted.
Everyone here can read.
The outrage of Cash Grab 6 led to various nations detonating nuclear arms. Many humans escaped Earth through portals created by a powerful wizard. Cecil and the others passed through the portal and emerged in an alternate version of Earth. Everyone was separated except John Malin and Captain Chokeout.
Lucky us.
They quickly established themselves and began to search for their missing friends.
Alternate Earth 2030.
That's me, Captain Chokeout. And I'm on my way to my mate John's detective agency. He left me a message telling me he's got an important lead on a case. He wasn't always a private eye, and I wasn't always his gun-toting partner. But things changed. We can't go back. In alternate Earth, there are no books, no comics. All blacklisted relics of the dead world. Even the streets smell more like piss than they usually do. It wasn't long after we stumbled through that portal that John established an office in a rough neighborhood called Old Haven. This version of Earth really changed John. He says he's guided by the ghost of Sean Connery. I'm not sure if he's mad or going bonkers, or if it's just part of his genius. Old Haven really was a shithole, and I'm from England. I've seen a lot of shitholes. The place was full of junkies, tramps and whores, crackheads, all sorts. Outside John's office, I could smell the special cigarettes we like to smoke. It smelled like fucking Jamaica. Oi, oi, John. I got your message. I came as quick as I could, but it's fucking freezing out there. What's going on then?
Thank God you're here, Captain Chokeout.
I've made a breakthrough in the search for Cecil. Sean Connery told me that Cecil's taking refuge amongst the sewer Jews. Sean said he's safe for now, but the government are still hunting him. We need to find Cecil. We need to make sure he's okay and if the others are with him. I've studied the schematics for the sewer system, and I think I've discovered the entrance.
So you're telling me that Cecil's been kidnapped by a bunch of sewer-dwelling Jews, and we got to go and get him? How are we going to get in there?
According to the map, after we enter the walk-in sewer gate, we head through a tunnel. My contact tells me the tunnel may be guarded, not only by sewer Jews, but by a creature the Jews call Mama Papa. It might be wise if you bring your pistol.
Don't worry about that, John, my old son. Now let's go get Cecil.
The entrance to the kingdom of the sewer Jews is on the other side of town.
I like how
Keep your
Johnny
wits
adapts
about
to the AI
The sewer
language.
Jews are cunning folk. They may try to convince us to stay in the underground.
Now, just for the record,
I'm
John,
no
you haven't
dungeoneer. We must not
you haven't
fall for
consulted on
temptation.
this. Like you haven't
We
been
get
like
Cecil
No.
and go.
Yes.
What would I
almost like
consult on?
Yeah, I'm with you, John.
Well, it's just that his voice
is the
sounds
place.
eerily similar to yours.
I can
you know?
smell Cecil's scent.
Huh.
It smells like cheap
It is
cigarettes
very
and
strange
unwashed ball
considering I
sacks.
didn't actually
Now,
copy his voice.
be
It was
ready,
just
choke
on a
out.
program.
Who knows
came
what
out
horrors
pretty
and
close.
sewer Jew trickery lies ahead of us. If I
Sewer
say the
Jew
code word, you
trickery.
shoot, and you shoot to kill. This version of Earth is not as forgiving as the Earth we remember.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I got you, John. You say the code word, I'll go bang, bang. Let's go. Fucking hell, John, I ain't too keen on you dragging me down these fucking tunnels, mate. It fucking stinks down here. It's all sweaty and fucking watery and shitty. Do you hear something, John? What? You see that light up ahead? I wonder what's up there.
It's like we're there.
What the fuck is that? Die, you disgusting fat blue-haired freak!
The creature you just shot between the eyes was known as Mama Papa, a non-binary monstrosity that lurked the sewers of alternate Earth, feeding on the flesh of the non-woke. And here comes a roaming band of heavily armed sewer Jews. Lower your pistol.
Hold it right there. This is the realm of the sewer king. What brings you here, huh? What are you doing in our sewer? What do you want from us, huh? Huh?
We come in peace. We seek a man known as Cecil. I was told by the ghost of Sean Connery that he'd be here. Wish to talk with him.
Ah, you're looking for Cecil. You should have said. But first we will have to take you to our king. He will have to assess you. Come with us. Follow now. I don't trust this lot, John. Keep your eye on him, mate.
So, you're the king of the sewer Jews. You made it through the portal too, huh?
Me and my people made it through the portal with the others.
Forgot about Shapiro.
We inhabited the sewers and made this kingdom that you see before you. Now tell me, what are you doing in my realm?
I'm here seeking my old friend. Tell me, where is Cecil?
When Cecil came to me, he was broken. He was a broken man. We healed him. My people took him in. Gave him
Healed him.
shelter. I'm sure he'll be glad to see you. Fucking A, how you guys doing, huh? I've been down here for a year now, and none of you thought to come and find me? What the hell?
Cecil, you're alive and you stink.
To be continued.
Wow.
Next
Really
time
good.
on Malin Mysteries.
Look, John, it's Anna.
I like your narration voice, that.
Anna really hasn't had that large of a part in this, right? I mean, is that the only time we see her on the?
Previously.
Yeah,
Is that the only time we've seen her so far?
Yeah, she's in the next episode. In this one there.
On Malin
Oh, okay.
Mysteries. Sean Connery told me that Cecil's taking refuge
This is when you
amongst
go
the
to
sewer
rescue her.
Jews.
So you're telling me that Cecil's been kidnapped by a bunch of sewer-dwelling Jews, and we got to go and get him?
My contact tells me the tunnel may be guarded, not only by sewer Jews, but by a creature the Jews call Mama Papa. Who knows what horrors and sewer Jew trickery lies ahead of us?
What the fuck is that?
Wow.
Oh, you disgusting fat blue-haired freak.
I was told by the ghost of Sean Connery that he'd be here.
But first we will have to take you to our king.
You made it through the portal too, huh?
Cecil came to me. He was broken. He was a broken man. We held him. My people took him in. Gave him shelter.
Shapiro voice is
Fucking
amazing.
A, how you guys doing, huh?
And John, you don't have any relationship with the ghost of Sean Connery. That's not
Yeah, no.
But you were, I think you were watching. He was James Bond for a while, wasn't he?
Sean Connery, yeah, allegedly, yeah,
maybe.
I'm
something,
glad we found
something.
you,
It was his twin.
Ghost of Sean Connery told me you took refuge here. Captain Chokeout slayed a hideous beast to get here. You really riled people up with Cash Grab 6. Sean said the government are still hunting you. Have you heard any news from the others? Ethan, Shane, Mandy, Anna. They must still be alive. I've got a gut feeling, and the big wolf's gut feelings are never wrong.
He's right. They're never wrong.
Hey, I never meant to destroy the world with my comic. Everybody just went fucking crazy. The world's fucking woke. A man can't even be fucking honest anymore. I mean, come on. My sewer Jew friends told me that Anna might be held up in a warehouse on the other side of town with Whoopi Goldberg. They say she's taking refuge there.
If the information you received is true, then we need to go and locate Whoopi Goldberg's warehouse. We must find Anna. She may hold clues to the whereabouts of the more important members of Comicsgate. It seems quite likely Anna would make her way into the arms of a big black mama for safety. She always did despise blonde-haired white people.
Yeah.
You found your way to my kingdom, which means you're exceptionally smart. And you defeated Mama Papa, which means you're exceptionally brave and strong. You're welcome here anytime. And feel free to use the less shittier entrance behind me.
Thank you for your hospitality and for taking care of our minorly retarded friend Cecil for so long. It's appreciated. Now, let us find this warehouse Cecil mentioned. I'll meet you outside the sewer entrance. I must be alone. I must
wore it
consult
for
Sean.
tonight.
Sean, can you hear me? I need your guidance.
Why, hello, Junior.
Hello, Sean. I need your help. I need to know the exact location of a warehouse linked to Whoopi Goldberg. Cecil believes our friend Anna could be there. I'm sorry to have to summon you, but it's quite urgent.
It's fine, Junior. You know you can summon me anytime. The location of the warehouse you seek is on the east side of town. You will meet a man when you leave this place who will reveal its exact location.
Thank you, Sean. I spoke to Sean. The warehouse is on the east side of town. Let us make haste. Come. There's no time to waste.
Fucking A, there's a group of ninjas up ahead.
Oi. Who the fuck are these numpties then?
Yo, y'all just walked into the wrong hood and hand over all y'all shit.
Do you want me to deal with these clowns for you, John?
Relax, Chokeout. I'm from the Michigan Badlands. I was once known as the king of black entertainment. I'll deal with this. Yo, what's up, my ninjas? Me and my homies want to roll through your hood. We want no beef. Increase the peace. Fuck the police.
Damn, I know you now. You John Malin, huh? I read Black Riding Hood. That shit's fly.
My bitch Milo here says you've been consulting with Zionist Jews. Hand over the Jew gold.
We have no Jew gold and we don't consort with Jews. Well, maybe Cecil. We are searching for Whoopi Goldberg's warehouse. I know it's on the east side, but its exact location eludes me.
We've been watching Goldberg for a while now. I'll get one of my people to show you the way. Black Riding Hood was pretty fly.
Thank you for your ghetto hospitality. May you and your fellow ninjas live long and peaceful lives. Peace out. This must be Whoopi Goldberg's lair. In the old world, she was overwhelmingly woke, an utter, insufferable Karen. I'm not sure what might await us inside. Be ready and keep your eyes open for Anna.
I got you now, Cecil.
Fucking A, it's Agent Boosie.
Buttered sausage. Buttered sausage. Buttered sausage.
Come on, guys, let's get out of here before more of them show up.
I'm not even going to inquire into why Gary Boozy just tried to gun us all down. You're public enemy number one, Cecil. They'll be back with more agents. Let's find Anna and leave this dreadful place. You might need to lie low again for a while. It might be wise if we don't mention to Whoopi Goldberg who Cecil is. If more people realize he destroyed the old world, causing the deaths of millions, they may not take too kindly to us. So let me do the talking. Choke out. Pistol at the ready. You know the drill.
Look, John, it's Anna.
My head's cold.
Welcome. You're truly blessed to stumble upon my utopia. Here, all God's children are welcome. The poor, the broken, the shamed. All society's outcasts can find refuge in the House of Goldberg.
I got bangs. Come on, Bangs. We're taking you home.
Cecil, look on the telly.
It's absolutely critical that we get this man in custody and ASAP. Time is of the essence. This is a bad man that needs to be captured. We believe he is formulating a relationship with people.
David, authorities saying the suspect has likely changed his appearance, perhaps shaving his beard, dyeing his hair. They say he is likely armed and should be considered extremely dangerous.
None of you seen nothing, capiche? Now let's get the hell out of here.
So you're Cecil Jones. Your comic caused the downfall of mankind. You're the reason we are here. I think it's best if you take your friend Bangs and leave. If I see you again, you'll be meeting Bill and OJ.
You ain't gotta tell me twice.
I think it's best if we get on. Do you think Anna's gonna be all right, John?
She'll be fine, Chokeout. I've told Cecil to take her to Dale Keown's place. She should be healed and regain some memory in a couple of weeks. Now, go rest and
That's
meet me at my office in
foreshadowing.
2 days' time. We're going to go look for Ethan. Next time on Malin Mysteries.
Yeah, another great one.
Now, this is set in the future. Do you say what year this is in the future?
Previously on
2026, I think.
Okay, because this is one thing that's actually close. I mean, that's only 2 years.
There's no way that Cecil's going to get Cash Grab 6 out by then.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, though. You can release
Sean,
comics out
can
of
you hear
order.
me? I need your
But if the
guidance.
next issue he releases is issue 6,
Relax, Chokeout. I'm from the Michigan Badlands.
This is from the future.
I was
I mean,
once
that's what I'm
known
saying.
as the
This is-
king
that
of
would
black
explain it.
entertainment.
Beckon the apocalypse.
I'll deal with this. Thank you for your ghetto hospitality. I'm not even going to inquire into why Gary Boozy just tried to gun us all down.
Your comic caused the downfall of mankind.
He is likely armed and should be considered extremely dangerous.
I've told Cecil to take her to Dale Keown's place.
If you remember, there was an episode called, or a comic called Chew a while back. With John Layman and
Sorry, Dr. Ben, I can't hear you. Keep kind of clipping out.
I might be too far away from my thing here. Okay. There was a comic called Chew a few years back by John Layman.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
they
yeah.
did that.
Yeah, he would
They got-
eat something, and then that would help him solve a crime or something.
Right. And they jumped ahead. Like they got to issue like 10 or 11 or something, and then the next issue was like issue 27.
Really?
Interesting. That's what I'm saying. It could be the same situation with Cecil there.
Choke out. Wake up. You're having one of your Judge Dredd dreams again. You need to go easy on the bong, dude.
I almost caught him this time, John. How long have I been asleep?
You've been out cold since I kicked your midget hookers out.
Good night, though, John. That
Robbie,
was some
yeah,
strong
that's a
shit.
good point, Robbie.
You have to understand choke out. My weed isn't like the damp, sticky icky you get in jolly old England. The big wolf has Cali connections. My weed will take you to God. Go easy on me.
Have you heard anything more about Ethan?
He'll fuck
yet?
you up.
One of my ninjas in the Malin militia gave me some information on Ethan's location.
Well, where is he then?
Word is that Ethan started a cartel and runs a nightclub called the Frog Rooms. That's apparently a cover for a bigger, less legal operation.
He always did know how to make the best out of a bad situation.
Ethan, or the Big Frog as some call him in the hood, is pushing comic books on the streets. In alternate Earth, this is punishable by death. He may have paid off the local authorities. We need to find him and remind him who he once was. We need to find a way back to old Earth, and Ethan might be able to help.
Do you mind if I drive tonight, John?
I don't think that's wise. You're higher than Joe Biden on medication day right now. The last thing we need is the cops pulling us over. No, I'll take the wheel.
Responsible. I like that, John.
Yeah.
What a beaut, too. Look at that car.
We should be there in 5 minutes. Don't drop ash on the seats.
Look, John, over there.
Woman of the night, where did you get that comic? I'm looking for a man called Big Frog.
Look, John, it's Matt Barr.
John Malin. I wasn't even sure you made it through the portal. I work for Ethan now. I'm one of his underpimps. I help make sure his merchandise is being pushed all over town. What brings you here? It's good to see you.
Thanks, Matt. It looks like you've moved up in the world. It's good to see. I'm here to seek an audience with Ethan. Can you direct me to the Frog Rooms?
Sure thing, John. Follow me.
Here we are, Chokeout. Remember, Ethan might not be exactly how we remember him. Be patient and don't say anything that could anger him. In alternate Earth, he runs a pretty cutthroat cartel. It looks pretty empty. They must have just opened. That must be Ethan's office. We're here to see Mr. Van Sciver. My name's John.
There's a man called John here to see you, sir.
Send him in. John, Chokeout, welcome to my humble abode. It's great to see you. Please, take a seat.
Good to see you, Ethan. I see you've made something of yourself here in alternate Earth. You're quite the celebrity here, too.
I'm a businessman, John. I've made quite an empire for myself here. My people have been pushing Cyberfrog all over this city. I've got a lot of
The
staff,
Mormons.
mouths to feed. They all depend on the Frogfather to survive. My associates Diddy and Fiddy here make sure my interests are well looked after on the streets. I have a few lieutenants. 7 of 9 over there looks after my bitches and keeps the pimp hand strong.
I'm glad you're doing well, Ethan. I was hoping you might know where some of the others are. I found Cecil and Anna, but Shane and Randy still elude me.
Shane and I came through the portal together. When we got here, Mange was starting to take control of him. In this world, the power of Mange was increased. Shane started to lose himself. Shane, we need to stick together and find the other Comicsgaters. Don't let Mange consume you.
I can't, Ethan. Mange is too strong. I must go. I must find Yanzi. Goodbye, old friend. Be great.
I'm not sure about Mandy,
I
but
like
last
that
time I saw
Ethan
Shane,
and Mange
he
both
was heading
popped out
north
in the
towards
same
Wasteland.
portal,
If you
but
could
they
find
couldn't
him,
get it
he may be
together.
very helpful in the
Whereas
upcoming
me and
war.
Chokeout also came out of the same portal, and we got it together, you know?
The war to end all wars, John.
That's true friendship right
I think
there.
it's best you
Yeah.
follow me to the war room.
Friendship, leadership.
I'll explain everything.
Yep.
Wow.
Fortitude, resiliency.
Right.
Party Time Patrick? Do you remember that name? Patrick T is raising an army under the banner of New Comicsgate. Their goal is to destroy any good Comicsgate art and replace it with their Dungeoneer trash. They want us dead, John.
They want us dead.
Patrick grew bitter. He coveted
Even
the
more
title of
relevant today
Comicsgate
than it
King for
was?
years.
Yeah.
Now, in alternate
That's what I'm
Earth, he has an army of Dungeoneers and they're gathering at an old castle in the north.
An army of Dungeoneers. Those dweebs always envied the more popular artists of Comicsgate.
General Piggy has already started sieging the Dungeoneers' castle. His artillery units are attempting to breach the wall, but we need support. We need your help, Big Wolf. Raise the banner. Call the militia and any other comic skaters you can muster.
That escalated fucking quickly.
I'll do whatever it takes to unite Comicsgate. Once this war is over, we can see about finding the wizard and trying to return to the old world. I'm not planning on staying in this weird reality forever.
Excellent, John. I knew I could count on the Big Wolf. Whilst you're recruiting and rallying soldiers to our cause, I'll send a battalion of my new genetically modified frog troopers to reinforce General Piggy on the front line.
Meanwhile, in the north.
Castle's under siege, my lord.
It's the job that's never started that takes longest to finish. Let's go find Shane and unite the others. Let us hope they're ready to do battle for Comicsgate.
Look to my coming on the first light of the 5th day. At dawn, look to the east.
Next time on Malin Mysteries. Shane must be around here somewhere. There's not many habitable places in this hellhole.
Nice.
Previously on Malin Mysteries. Word is that Ethan started a cartel and runs a nightclub called the Frog Rooms. I'll take the wheel.
John Malin.
Shane and I came through the portal together. When we got here, Mange was starting to take control of him.
War? What war do you speak of?
The war to end all wars, John. I think it's best you follow me to the war room. I'll explain everything.
Oh, are we on the Mange one now?
Yeah, it's just gone into Mange.
Nice. Chokeout's got thumb on her sinkhole.
He's got a what?
His thumb on her sinkhole.
Oh, well.
Oh.
Yeah, they
gotta keep it plugged, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I hate you, Mange. Why can't you leave me alone? I don't need you.
Of course you need me, Shane. Everybody needs Mange.
I can survive on my own. I don't want you here. Leave me, Mange. I beg of you.
I love it when you beg. You really think you could survive out here on your own without Mange?
Please, God, if you can hear me, please help me defeat Mange. Please. Please, Lord.
God can hear you, Shane. I'm the only God you'll ever need.
Choke out! More squeakers. 6 o'clock. Finish them.
This place gets fucking weirder every minute.
Good shooting, Chokeout. Now let's keep heading west. Let us make haste before more of those foul squeakers come sniffing around. We're at least 3 miles out of the city now. Sean told me that there's an old ruined town out here somewhere. We must be close. Stay alert, Chokeout. The horrors that lurk these wastelands can be far worse than squeakers and mama papas. Shane must be around here somewhere. There's not many habitable places in this hellhole. There's a high chance that Mange has already taken control of his body and mind. If that's the case, we must try to bring Shane to the surface. In this version of Earth, Mange isn't simply a character Shane dresses up as with a drawn-on mustache. He's a real entity with powers that you and I can't even begin to imagine.
Heads up, John. Looks like we got a bit of a welcoming party.
Who the fuck are you? And what are you doing in the Western Wastes?
Put your weapons down, boys. This here city slicker's an old friend of mine.
Mandy, what are you doing out here?
I work for Mange now, John. It's a long story, but Shane's life force was consumed. In this world, it seems Mange is very powerful. Yanzi tries her best to awaken Shane, but so far nothing's worked. Mange runs this ruined town like a kingdom.
I see. So Ethan was right as I feared. You have to take us to Mange. There's a war brewing involving all the surviving Comicsgaters, and we need you and Shane to join us.
I'll take you to Mange's palace, John, but I'll warn you, be very careful what you say to him. He's volatile, and the last thing he wants is to release Shane. He's got him locked inside. Sometimes he breaks through, but his soul is dying, and I've lost all hope that our friend is ever coming back.
I hope for Comicsgate's sake you're wrong, Mandy. Let's see what the wolf can do.
Lady Yanzi, I found Captain Chokeout and John Malin wandering the wastes. They're here to see Lord Mange.
Yanzi.
Well, well, well. What do we have here? If it isn't John Malin and his little sidekick, tell me what brings you to the house of Mange.
Greetings, Mange. We're here to find you. I'm well aware that you have no reason to want to help me. But there's a war against Comicsgate itself. They want us all dead. That includes you, Yanzi, and Mandy. Patrick T. will not rest until we're all erased.
Keep talking, boy. You got Mange's attention.
Why don't we just kill him now, boss? Shoot him in the face.
I do not recall asking for the opinion of my lessers. Take your shot, Woden shot.
There he is. Woden shot.
Now, back to business.
As I was saying, there's a war brewing. Party Time Patrick has an army of Neo-Comicsgate Dungeoneers, and they've begun to march on alternate Earth. Ethan has forces sieging their castle, but we need support. We need to finish them once and for all. Remember the good times, the live streams, the Texas Mofo memes. The people need you.
Of course they need me. Everybody needs Mange. But Mange don't need anybody. Let me show you around. Follow me to my dojo, where I maintain my physical perfection. This here's my sparring partner, little Jimmy. I'm training him up to be one of the greats. Think fast, Jimmy. Unfortunately, he's not quite there yet. Now follow me to my laboratory. I want to introduce you to my children.
It's certainly an interesting place you have here. These are your children.
Aren't they a sight to behold, my beautiful creations? And these right here are my most precious of all, my beloved blood taters. If there's a war going down and Mange wants a taste, I never did like Party Time Patrick. Never liked his face. Reminded me of a retired Danny Polachuk. Mange is the fire, the passion.
I don't believe I'm saying this, but your army of weird clones and blood taters could be of great use in the war effort. I know Shane's still a part of you, the part of you that cares about Comicsgate. I hope we can count on you to help.
Help me, John.
Get back in there, boy. You stay in there. You tried to trick me, Malin. I suggest y'all leave my palace while you still can, before I release Woden shot.
I knew this wasn't worth our time. Come on, choke out.
Take care out there, John. I'll see what I can do about the war.
Farewell, Mandy. I hope we meet again under more pleasant circumstances.
So what are we meant to do now then, John?
We just have to hope that Shane comes through. We have a lot of work to do, Chokeout. We must rally the Wolf Pack and the other Comicsgaters. It will be an arduous task, so let us make haste. Next time on Malin Mysteries.
It's important to
Once
note
we've
that
rallied the
even
Wolf
though
Pack, it may be
Shane,
more
like his
efficient.
high T persona has taken over, that it only drew Mandy and Yanzi closer to him. You know what I mean?
Interesting. Yeah.
Those T levels go up. You throw a little bit of evil, a little bit more cruelty, and watch the women swarm.
I think Manja's just got the charisma. People love him.
Yeah.
He's the
That's
sort
how
of
it's
man
expressed.
everyone wants to be.
On Malin Mysteries.
Who the fuck are you? And what are you doing
Who
in
the
the
fuck are
Western
you?
Heights?
Put your weapons down, boys. This here city slicker's an old friend of mine.
Well. Everybody needs man.
I hope we can count on you to help.
Help me, John.
I love the kind of like James Bondy undertones to this song.
Wait, now is this the new episode? No.
Oh no.
This is the
Did
latest.
I miss
this? I think this is the last one before the new one, isn't it? All right. See his thumb in her butthole?
Just think if it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like a hose.
This is it, the Wolfpack headquarters. I'll need you to get the militia in line. Brief them, Chokeout. I'll take to the stage and give one of my rousing speeches. Once we've rallied the Wolfpack, it may be more
I think this one's
efficient
my
if
favorite.
we part ways and meet at the battlefield.
Oi. Now listen up, lads. We've gathered you here today because we are at war. Now there's a bunch of cunts in the north. They want us all dead. All traces of Comicsgate.
The dog ninja guy too?
But I, for one, will not sit here and
Oh,
watch
was
that
it?
happen.
I think.
Now, eyes to the stage for the man himself.
I've called you here today because Comicsgate is under threat. An army of Dungeoneers are gathering in the north. Their hatred knows no bounds. Many of you have followed me for years and supported my past campaigns. Never have I steered you wrong. Many times you have tasted blood in the name of honor. So today I ask you this. In the darkest of hours, will you stand with me and with Comicsgate for the future of mankind? From here on in, I think it's best we split up. You head south. You'll find Michael Bancroft's shack marked in red on the map I gave you. Being English, you should have a better chance of translating his primitive accent. I'll parley with the slumlords and seek out the Tucci mob. Meet me on the front line in 2 days' time. Godspeed.
Stay safe, John.
I like that Chokeout really cares
Hideous
about
old
me.
Drug-addled hobo. I'm seeking the slumlords. I'd appreciate it if you could lead me to their lair.
The kind of
It's of the
family
utmost
values,
importance.
you know, that we're
The
missing.
most important thing
True
you gotta
friend.
remember is, okay, so
It's kind of like a Sherlock and Dr.
people
Watson
were,
relationship.
doing some stuff, and then other people were like, hey,
The music.
like, hey, yeah,
John Malin, you live. What brings you to the slums?
the hell to which you banished us.
Dark Gift, Dylan, you look well. I'm here because Comicsgate is under threat and Ethan has raised the banner of war. This involves the slum lords as well as every other real Comicsgate artists and associates. Party Time Patrick has raised an army of gimpy dungeoneers and he's marching on alternate Earth. He wants to erase Comicsgate. Above all, he desires power. I'm asking you to stand with us on the front line in the North. For old time's sake. For the future of comics and Comicsgate as a whole.
So the mighty John Malin comes to us in his hour of need. Well, isn't that ironic? We will gather. If we do get involved, it will be for Comicsgate. The slum lords kneel to no man.
I hope to see you on the battlefield. Hail Comicsgate.
Dark Gift liked that line. He said that's the one thing Johnny Scab got right.
Oh, this is so great.
Good evening, sir. Welcome to Tucci's. Please be seated. I will fetch the menu.
I'm here to see Mr. Tucci. My name's John Malin. I'm a friend of his.
Oh, you have business with Mr. Tucci. Please follow me.
Quite the place you have here, Billy.
No one's ever going to try that switch.
I know you guys are good friends, and I thought you'd be able to assist us in the war against the Dungeoneers. Party Time Patrick plans to destroy Comicsgate and kill every last one of us.
It's good to see you, John. Welcome to Tucci's. I already know about the war. It's a messy business. It seems like everybody's fighting everybody nowadays. These young kids, all they know is drama. None of them got a head about. Our people are already at war, John. Graham sent the Nolan boys to scout out the battlefield. You got the full support of the commission, John.
Thank you, Billy. With you on side, I'm sure we can turn the tide. I'll see you there. Farewell.
Fucking hell, it's hot out here. Bancroft's shack got to be round here somewhere. I don't think I can handle too much more of this heat. Oh.
Where's Cecil? And where's the comic book?
I ain't got a fucking clue what you're on about, mate. I don't know anything about no comic book, and I don't know anyone called Cecil.
Tell me where Cecil is.
Oh, g'day, Choker. Looks like me and the boys showed up just in the nick of time.
Yeah, nice one from Mike.
Chazzy, mate, how you going, mate? Yeah, good to have you doing. Yeah, having fun with everything all right? Bit of a day for it, a couple of days long since morning.
Party Time Patrick. He plans on wiping out all of Comicsgate. There's a battle going down, lads. John and Ethan need you. Comicsgate needs you. There's a bunch of cunts out there that need a good slap. So what are you saying, lads?
Well, fucking too right we're with you, Choker.
Bit of a day for it, a couple of days long since morning. Never went astray, mate. How was your free, Jay?
Snappy!
And what do you want us to do with that one? It's probably best if we keep him alive. John might want some information out of him after the war.
Well, lads, let's get fucking shooting.
Snappy!
How you going, mate?
Just lead the way, mate. Come on then, lads. There's a battle waiting.
Next time on Malin Mysteries.
Oh, poor Vaughn. Get mixed up with the wrong crowd.
Yeah, don't get mixed up with the wrong crowd, guys. All right, before we get into this, like everyone's expecting like this to be like Endgame level, you know, cameos left and right, everybody that we haven't seen, have and haven't seen. Are we gonna get that, Johnny?
Endgame?
Huh?
Not too much pressure then.
Yeah.
You got this.
Now, I said that I hope that Johnny would actually take the end of, like, what is it, Endgame, and they're all jumping out of the portals, and then you see everybody with their faces all plastered on there. I mean, that'd take editing level to the next level, but
I think you'll like it. It might not be how you're expecting.
oh, I'm sure I'm gonna like it.
No pressure at all.
Either way, I'm gonna like it.
I was hoping that
I don't care how much you fail to reach that high bar, Johnny. I'm still gonna love it.
Well, don't I always try to stay optimistic, try not to pre-game it too much.
Yeah.
Is what we think.
Yeah. John wants perfection. Yeah.
Have you gotten any kind of like pushback from the Dungeoneers or anything?
Have I or Johnny?
Well, Johnny for this. I mean, I know. I think you might have.
Hey, man, you don't know what's going on, dude. Yeah. Come talk to us. We'll sort you out.
I don't think any of them have tried talking to me. I've been blocked by a lot of them. I've not had any contact with them. I think they're just a little bit worried.
John, have they actually asked you to come talk to them to hash it out?
Who, Dungeoneers?
Yeah. No. Okay.
No, I think
because that'd be rich with them talking behind your back and then being like, "Well, come talk to us now." It's like that's
yeah. No, I don't really have much to say to them, and now I find out that at least one of them is talking. Even before the Dungeoneer files leaked, like one of them was already talking mad shit about me out at convention. So
Huh.
I feel like anything that might have hurt their feelings is justified at this point.
Mm-hmm. So, all right.
I did send a link to Ethan and Shane as well, but it looks like they are busy. So
they're snubbing you, Johnny. That's what we call a snub in the business. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh well.
They're big dicking you. They're putting their balls on the table and say, "Go ahead, Johnny, smack them." Yeah.
Right. So you want me to play it then? Should we get on with
Sure.
it?
Oh, we can wait a minute. I don't care. I'm not in a rush. I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah. I mean, we
Take
don't
your shot, Johnny.
That's all. It's always the key
let's
with
do
any.
this.
Make them wait.
John, you should show your campaigns and everything.
Oh, my
while
back
we're waiting.
tattoo. Oh.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Take your shirt off. Let's go.
All right, party's on. Yeah, I have a campaign out there, guys. Graveyard Shift, Volume 5. I think we're about at 80 grand. Might hit 80 grand. That'd be awesome. Let me look at it real quick. Excuse me. Yeah, we're at $79,905. And here, I'll pull it up. There we go. So if you guys haven't checked out yet, what if the Universal monsters were the X-Men? We play with a lot of the horror tropes. We started with the Universal monsters. We moved into 80s slashers. We kind of covered, paid homage to that as well. And then most recently, we got into the torture porn genre of the late 90s, early 2000s, with things like Saw and Hostel. We're playing on those tropes, but it's also got superheroes in here. True blue, good guys.
It's not pulled up if you were trying to pull it up there.
Really bad guys. Oh, Johnny's not sharing it. I have it pulled up. So
yeah,
you carry on, mate. Sorry. The link's in the chat as well. One of the mods just posted the link for it in the chat.
Anyways, a lot of good stuff for there, guys. Go check it out.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely. It sounds good. I'm gonna have to get that.
All right. Hey, Johnny, while we're waiting, do you want me to play a song I just recorded?
Sure, go for it, Pat.
All right, I'm going to
John,
bring it up
I don't
here.
know if you know this, but Patrick here is like the Comicsgate crooner. He'd give Ethan a run for his money.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful
Yes.
voice.
Yes.
Go for it, Pat.
The golden
Yeah,
voice.
I'm just retarded, and I've got to figure out how to.
It's the man with the velvet
We'll just
voice.
share the screen, shall we? Share screen.
Yeah, we're still figuring out all this
Here
streaming.
we are.
You know,
Oh, I got the job.
old hands. You know.
Oh, okay, no, I've got a better way to do it. Here we go. All right.
It's John's campaign there, everyone. I've done it a bit late.
Oh, there you guys go.
Is it up now?
That's what she said.
Yep, here we are.
Ah, here we go. Stick.
I do love your songs.
Oh no. You know. Somebody till somebody.
Maybe Johnny should pull it up. Is it on YouTube or
yeah.
is it a video file?
It's a video file currently. I've got other.
Oh,
lost him completely. Internet.
Yeah, that's
took a dump.
John, he dropped out. His internet must have cut off.
Mm-hmm.
Have to wait for him to come back. Here's John's campaign anyway that he was talking about.
Yeah. I guess I'll play. I could play the trailer on there. That'll take up a minute. There you guys go.
Sorry, I don't know what happened there.
Now that's not you drawing the graveyard shift, though. I say that's not you drawing, is it? On this one, John?
I don't know if he can hear you.
Might be off in the metal zone.
It's a real zone.
I think from his end it's probably really loud.
Who played that song, John?
That is our friend Joe Sontag. Comicsgate. Everything about this is crowdfunded. Comicsgate. That music is from our Comicsgater.
That's
Joe Sontag used to be in a band called My Enemies Fall. He was lead singer, very much like a Pantera, and he sings at that level like all the time. All the time.
What is his
like
regular
Pantera will do
like?
a little bit of soft vocals. I have not heard a Mine Enemies Fall song with soft vocals. It is always at 11. So,
well, that was a good song. That was a banger. And when it makes that hit and it changes the beat, it's with the art behind it is super sick.
It's brilliant that you can get artists from inside Comicsgate as well, because you ain't going to get struck for it if they give you.
Oh, sure, right, yeah.
Good
Well,
idea.
it's good to give people when they're like that is a really high level vocal guitar riff. The whole thing is real good. So if there was more of that stuff, I would definitely be looking for more Comicsgate created music, to purchase to put on for this. So I gave Joe some money for that. It wasn't an incredible amount of money, but hey, at least he's sitting around, he gets a little bit more money in his bank account one day for nothing. So something he did probably 20 years ago, 15 years ago.
Have you always been into metal then, John? You strike me as a bit of an alternative man.
I mean, a little bit. Like I'm really, a child of the 80s and 90s. So, but yeah, I appreciate some metal and rock and
a bit of everything.
Little country, not much on the rap,
Mm-hmm.
but a little bit. I have an awareness of the rap. Yeah.
What do you think about Soundgarden?
Soundgarden. I think of them as an 80s band that got lucky enough to kind of cross over and just slide in under the cover of grunge, but really an 80s band in grunge disguise. So,
that's awesome. That's so sick.
So, but for what it was, I liked when they did like Black Hole Sun. That was good stuff. Jesus Christ Pose, Rusty Cage. They got some good jams out there for sure. It's not bad to be 80s. I'm just saying, like, even Guns N' Roses, right? I mean, it's totally 80s, but that is still fucking some jamming stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Striper.
I always liked a few Guns N' Roses songs, but like, I couldn't listen to like a full album. His voice got a little bit.
Who's that? What one?
With Guns N' Roses. I liked a
Oh,
few of
Axl
their
Rose.
songs.
Yeah.
He had like classic songs, but then if you try listening to a full album, it was just a bit too much of his voice.
Yeah.
Bit.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
He really warbles these days too. It's kind of like,
oh, it's terrible. Yeah, it's not very good. Not very good. A lot of these guys are kind of losing it right now. Same with dude from Kiss, Paul Stanley. So his voice is getting shot too.
Well, you know, they spent all their money on the old angel dust, and that's why they got to keep touring nowadays.
Well, I think that, well, the way that Axl would sing, you know, it probably was never good for preserving the vocal
for
cords,
sure.
You know, I mean, even James Hetfield had to change it up. Bon Jovi had to change. You ever listen to Bon Jovi sing? And I've never been to a Bon Jovi concert, but when you listen to him live, it is very kind of clean, preserving my vocals until I'm 90 singing. It is not what you hear like on the record. It's not that more, you know, you know, it's more clean vocal. It's like, he knew he was going to try to hold this out until he was 90. So smart, but it's just not such a great thing. Now, I've seen Korn live twice. Korn sounds exactly, and both in the 90s, though, is when I saw them. So in the 90s, they sing exactly like the album. It sounded everything. The music was tight. Everything would sound just like the album. But he's still going. Jonathan Davis is still going. I don't know if he's done anything different with his voice, but I'm surprised he was able to take it this far.
Yeah. There's a lot.
Rob Zombie is terrible because he's got asthma, and if you ever watch him live, he always sounds like he's out of breath. He can barely get through some of the lines of his own songs, and he runs, so he used to be highly energetic. And I was like, if I was asthmatic, I would cut out the running and try to focus on getting those lines out. But he wants that kind of high energy, or wanted back in the day that high energy.
Yeah. Well, it's a weird thing to go from the high energy to then just like standing there, and everybody begins to notice that, you know, so you've got to you've got to find a way to bring that energy back up. Some people Billy Joel drops his songs down by like 2 entire steps to sing them nowadays. It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Here, I got this pulled up, Johnny, if you want me to show it, or unless you want to go to the finale.
Yeah, go for it, Pat. Show it, mate.
All
Here
right.
we are.
You see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all up.
You got muted on there, though.
No.
On your bottom.
I'm dumb. My bad.
Smoking inside. Man, that's fucking rebel.
How lucky can one guy be? I can't.
What a revolting development.
And she kissed me like the fellow once said, ain't that a...
This is...
Your internet's playing up tonight, isn't it, mate?
The room was completely black. I hugged her and she hugged back. Like the sailor said, quote, ain't that a hole in the boat? My head keeps spinning. I go to sleep and keep grinning. If this is just the beginning, my life is gonna be beautiful. I've sunshine enough to spread. It's just like the fella said. Tell me quick, ain't that a kick in the head? Like the fella once said, ain't that a kick in the head? Like the sailor said, quote, ain't that a hole in the boat? My head keeps spinning. I go to sleep and keep grinning. If this is just the beginning, my life is gonna be beautiful. She's telling me we'll be wed. She's picked at a king-size bed. I couldn't feel any better, or I'd be sick. Tell me quick, oh, ain't that a kick? Tell me quick, ain't that a kick in the head?
All right.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Patrick, do you ever go down onto the slums? They do karaoke night over there a lot.
I was actually just invited to be on last week. So
Yeah, Dark Gift mentioned it, didn't he, on the last show?
Yeah.
It sounds quite entertaining.
So
Have you ever been
soon.
on it, John?
On what? The slums? Yeah, I've been on the slums.
No,
not
like
singing,
the
not
karaoke.
singing. No.
Doing the karaoke.
No, I did karaoke on Ethan's, like drunken karaoke. You know, yeah, I am not a singer. You know, so if I get drinks in me, then I'll sing terribly, but it'll be a lot of fun for everyone.
Right. It seems like most people want us to play it, so I'm going to have to play it.
No, Jay, don't say this.
Come on, this is the good Pat.
Don't worry, I'm the one Patrick T you can trust. Literally, my name is Patrick Thomas, and I see all the shit going on, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Oh wow!
Like, damn
it! So confusing.
I know.
Good thing you changed your last name to Quinlan.
No. I mean, like, my middle name is T.
Oh.
My last name is Quinlan.
Oh, okay. Terrible.
But it's Patrick T. Quinlan. It's like, fuck. God.
PTQ.
I know. Yeah. All right, let's roll it. Johnny. Sorry. I had to rush you.
Malin Mysteries.
All traces of Comicsgate burnt to the ground. But
You
I,
hear
for
it,
one,
right?
will not sit here and watch that happen.
Many of you have followed me for years and supported my past campaigns. Never have I steered you wrong.
So the mighty John Malin comes to us in his hour of need.
It seems like everybody's fighting everybody nowadays. Where's Cecil? And where's the comic book?
Looks like me and the boys showed up just in the nick of time.
So what are you saying, lads?
Well, fucking too right we're with you, choke out.
Well, fucking to you, right? We'll have you choke out. Right up the stinger.
Now at war.
Endgame. Look at this. Wow.
I am the rightful leader of Comicsgate. I am the Comicsgate punk. My Dungeoneer friends, we are here today to destroy the fake Comicsgaters once and for all. The age of the Dungeoneer is now.
Wow.
I tried to be nice. I tried to organize social gatherings and make Comicsgate a community we could all get behind. And go to social clubs together. BDSM. BDSM. But they judged us. They judged us all. Bring me the heads of John Malin and Ethan Van Sciver.
Wow.
Well, here we are, lads.
Good day for a day.
Have fun with phone, everything all right?
Cinematic.
Abra here live on the front line with the general of the Comicsgate Coalition, Ethan Van Sciver. So Ethan, are you feeling confident that your forces will hold back the Dungeoneers from totally fucking up alternate Earth?
Aww. Yay!
Well, Abra, we've suffered a few casualties, as is to be expected in any war. As you can see, General Piggy is firing away at the walls with relentless force. I'm confident that we'll be inside the walls within the hour.
And do you have a message for Party Time Patrick and the Dungeoneers?
Yes, Abra. I do. We will defeat you with superior technique. Those that do not surrender will be judged by the sword. There will be no quarter given.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, yeah. He looks so happy.
Yeah. Dale's just happy to be there.
More motorcycle. That's where he started.
Sons and daughters of Comicsgate, I see in your eyes the same fear that would take the heart of me. A day may come when freedom of speech fails, when we forsake our beliefs and break all bonds of fellowship, but it is not this day. An hour of Dungeoneers and 3D assets, when the age of comics comes crashing down, but it is not this day. This day we fight. By all that you hold dear on this earth, I bid you stand.
All you niggas is crazy. We're all gonna die. I'm out of here, bitches.
Fight with us and you may die. Run and you'll live. At least a while. And dying in your beds, many years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days, from this day to that, for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take Comicsgate?
Wow.
Normal smash.
Oh no!
Oh no! Smell it.
Normal.
Oh! Moonshot.
Oh,
Shane, Yanzi, Mandy. You answered the call to arms. It's good to see you all. I was hoping Shane would see the light and join us. What a glorious victory it shall be.
Ethan, John, with the help of Mandy and her uncle's special moonshine, I managed to harness the power of Mange. I'm learning to control and utilize his life force. Kind of like the Incredible Hulk, but 100 times more cool. It's good to see you all. I never thought I'd see you again.
As I already predicted, Shane harnessed the power of Mange. I knew planting the seed back in the palace and bringing Shane out would work. It just needed time. Now, let us hunt.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit.
He's fucked up. Oh no! No! Who's gonna stop Narwhal? Woden Shot's gonna win this whole war.
Yeah.
Mange, help us! I summon you.
Holy shit.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. No.
Chicken attack. Party time's over.
No!
Oh my god.
You never could beat my technique.
Oh,
got me.
Gone.
Oh.
Wait, what was that? Was I dead?
Wait a minute.
Wait, was that choke out crying over my body? What was that, Johnny?
You pulled the old cliffhanger.
It's like the end game. You're Iron Man.
My God.
Holy
Oh, man.
Jesus.
Wow.
That's all she wrote. Wait, Vaughn killed me? This is bullshit.
Oh my god.
Oh, so he probably killed Anna too.
Oh.
What a monster.
Yeah, he got her too.
You never could beat my technique.
Oh.
Everyone's sad except Dale. No. Good job, Johnny.
Wow.
You're muted, by the way. But good job.
Get his thumb to come out of there at the end.
Fantastic, Johnny. I'm kind of mad at you for making it a cliffhanger, but you know, kind of can't be mad at that.
No, you gotta have a reason to come back.
Yep.
You're muted, Johnny. Nobody can hear anything you're saying.
Sometimes brothers are in war with each other, but at the end, love conquers all.
Not for me, I'm dead. Oh wait, maybe his love will bring me back.
I said, yeah, there will be another season. Don't worry about it.
Very
Excellent.
nice.
Wow.
The production company has confirmed that they're giving you the budget.
I've
'Cause,
already.
I mean, that's a high budget you were working with there. You know, all those special effects and stuff.
CJ Corella says season 2, The Search for Malin. All right, yeah. Oh, the Resurrection. Yeah, everybody's coming up with really great ideas for season 2. The Resurrection. Yeah, what if they have to live their lives? What if we don't come back? Like when the next season happens, it's like 3 years in the future, and I've been dead. And then it's
That
like
whole time.
Halloween night, and Chokeout's tears brings me back from the grave, and I got this crow, and I'm just like fucking people up.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Anything could happen.
The world saw peace for 3 years with the end of the Dungeoneers, but then John was awakened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm obviously not going to release it for a while, but I've started plotting out the storyline for the second season already.
Great.
So it's getting there.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone's looking forward to that. Look how many people came here tonight. What we got? Like 230 people on here.
Hail.
So,
I'm honored.
Hail,
Thanks
chat.
for tuning in, everyone.
everyone, be
Brilliant.
sure to subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Make it happen for Johnny here.
Yeah, this was. I like
Well, I'm glad you liked it. I didn't know how you'd take it.
No, it was good. Brought back by a wolf spirit. Look, I might be dead. I might be like the permanent death.
Maybe.
What if the,
Yeah.
the spirit of Sean Connery heals him and then inhabits his body?
Yep. That's it. That's good. That's good stuff. What's Chokout going to do without my leadership?
Yeah, he's going to be lost. He's going to be lost without you, John.
Yeah.
You might become an alcoholic or something.
Yeah. Good stuff, Johnny.
Amazing.
Replace John with Mike Patton. Well, let's not do that.
If you lot could see anyone added or something happen in the Malin Mysteries universe, what would it be then? You got any ideas? Like personally,
Somebody added.
Yeah, or some sort of scenario you'd like to see play out.
I mean, you have other factions out there, and I don't think there was any Eric July. Was there any Eric July in that finale?
No.
But I mean, you have the stuff with they're already the sex slaves at I think Ethan's club. So I mean, you have Adams and Eric.
They are going to play another role. They're going to be in it a bit more.
Yeah. The Friday Night Tights crew. Get those guys in there because once they see that they're being involved in something that might get their attention, and now all of a sudden they might it might pull some people from that direction. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good material to use for the Friday Night Tights people, dude. There's a lot of material.
Yeah. Yellow Flash. Yeah.
How would you represent him on screen, Yellow Flash?
If any of those Dungeoneers that died are possible, like if there wasn't a headshot, then maybe we could have one being I don't know, like in James Bond where they're hitting them with the testicles in the chair. We can try get some information out of them. But they're Dungeoneers, so they just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Bancroft's got Boosie captured at his shack.
Yeah, you could do a whole spin-off with the Aussies, man.
Yeah. Most people are going to get another little bit in it, to be honest. If anything, I'm going to be adding a few more.
Yeah. There's some of the old school guys that, maybe you want to get in there. Remember, there's the like the Vanessas, the Leroys. I mean, that's like even whatever. More, I don't know how I'd say that. It's not the slums, but it's another subsection of Comicsgate. So, yeah, that might be cool.
You could bring in whole like outside things too. I mean, throw in Donnie Cates or like one of those guys, Mark Wade or something.
As villains, yeah,
as heroes,
yeah. Or reluctant allies. Maybe we have to partner with these guys to take down a mutual foe.
Someone's saying about. I keep hearing that name, Katie Did. I'm not too familiar on her, to be honest.
I don't know much about her. It's a chick. She's blonde. I think she looks decent, at least from the avatar that I've seen. So. But she does a show, I think.
Yeah.
So.
She has people on her show. She's been doing she'll oftentimes clip other people's shows like Eric July's or Ethan's, generally speaking, in regard to like the whole EJ versus EVS thing, the whole trash cast thing.
Like an archivist, just someone who sort of like records it all.
Yeah. Kinda. Except she's obviously got opinions on the matter.
Oh, Katie Did is another Abra. Okay. All right. Yeah. You have the Chrissy Mayer audience, so the Simpcast girls, you could get them in there as well. Again, those are people that would probably actually respond to it.
I like Chrissy Mayer. She's cool, funny. She is.
I met her in real life. She's kind of nice. I went to one of her shows when she came to St. Louis one time. She's super good too live, and like most women are not funny, but she's actually funny. It's a strange thing. It's like, wow, she's actually really, really funny.
Yeah. It's a rarity to find a funny woman.
Mm-hmm.
Alex
Once in a while they
Stein.
pop up.
They got some sort of Alex Stein. He's always pretty.
Alex Stein. Yeah, he's
available,
popular.
you know.
Wasn't he mates? Was he friends with Ethan at one point?
Alex Stein? No, I don't think they were friends. Friendly.
Yeah.
You know, not enemies.
Right. Well, he was running around. He had Cecil run around with him in our nation's capital.
Yep.
Visiting different senators and congresspeople.
Cody, he's doing that NASCAR stuff right now. Camelot. He's going to be big in the news here over the next month or so.
I've already got a little role for Camelot in next season.
Great.
Nice.
That's what I'm saying. Johnny is like, he's coming.
What if next season's like a Mad Max type thing? That's where Camelot comes in. He's got a sick new whip, except it's got guns and shit on it, and he's got to go save some of the Comicsgate guys.
Yeah,
that'd be sick.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, John, real quick, I wanted to. That full circle you've got over there is beautiful.
Oh yeah.
I've got the book. It's one of the most beautiful.
Yeah, I'm still
things.
looking for a time to read it.
Oh, dude, it is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it does look.
It's Alex Ross, so you know how it goes with him.
Yeah.
But
it's not his usual thing. It's not his usual painting style. So this is all
it's
more pen and ink, and then he's kind of giving it a go with the colors.
Check this out.
I don't know if there's any paint or if it's all. I don't know how he colored this.
Do you see how that is reflected too, right there? This is one of the most beautiful books I've ever gotten in my entire life.
Oh my!
And on the side here,
quality that is.
And I love the Fantastic Four, and I love Alex Ross in general.
Mm-hmm.
But some of this shit is just so. It is, yeah. It's like he's always very realistic, but this is a little more
comic booky.
Yeah. And I'm not an artist, so I don't know the right terminology for everything. But there's a lot more like contrasting colors in here that are, and it's just the way he draws the thing. He looks like a real person every time.
Mm-hmm.
It's so amazing.
Yeah, it's really good.
And then also, real quick before we go, I just want to say this too. The on the inside here with the sleeve, it folds out to like give you a story of the FF, like a background and everything. On the inside there, just beautiful.
Complicated.
Complicated. It's a couple folding pages.
It's top quality. That is. I love it.
Oh, it sure is, dude. Sure is.
Crazy.
There's effort in that.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, read that. It's got like characters from the old '60s Lee and Kirby run that like make a return. It's super cool.
Excellent.
Yeah. You know, often with me, I don't really like read the comics. See, like I read the Mandy's, the Jack the Vampire Hunter. I read it, you know, but oftentimes I just like to get the comics and just look at them. You know what I mean? I just look at the art, and it's like, especially if there's like too many words. Yeah, I mean, obviously we all know about like lettering. If you have too many words on the page, I check out immediately. You know, but I mean that's, you know, I get comics for reference and just to look at the art. I mean that's half of my thing. It's just looking at them, reading.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's fun to look at them. Absolutely.
I really appreciate the artwork. I was saying the other day, I love it when you see like the original draft pictures, like sketches and doodles of what people imagined their work to be and then how it evolved. Like seeing the whole process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, I do have a question for you, John, because I don't want like exceptions or anything, right? But I remember you had the Godluck campaign with the Dale Keown cover, right?
Uh-huh.
And I wasn't able to at the time. Tax season wasn't upon us, etc. You know, I hadn't gotten my money from the. Anyways, Is there any time where you might be bringing back up the godlike?
Maybe after C2E2. Once I kind of clear my, because I mean I'm going to be fulfilling and busy as hell, but maybe after C2E2, I might offer up some extra copies that I have left. And eventually I want to print, I want to go back to press at some point. Right now I don't have an immediate plan for it, but I will have extra copies when fulfillment is done. So
that's a good question too. Like C2E2 is like what, like
a month?
Shortly upon,
yeah, about 6 weeks away. So it's going to be a mad dash to the finish line on fulfillment. So yeah, it's going to be hell over here, living hell over here.
Dale Keown cover. Have you got a Dale Keown variant of it as well?
Yeah,
there's a Dale Keown variant. Here's one of the pages from Godlike right here. We're doing the lettering. We have to be at press tomorrow, or I'm sorry, Wednesday. So,
wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so we're doing some different stuff, different balloon shapes than your typical balloon shapes. We're doing some free floating text. So, yeah. As soon as we get this buttoned up, we think we'll probably have lettering done tomorrow. So that's kind of the goal. And then that's going to be it. We're going to be good to go. So tonight I'm going to be doing a little bit of scripting because I now that we have our first kind of pass of the lettering done, I'm a little thin, I feel like, in the back. So I just want to get a little bit more over there. But other than that, by tomorrow we should have everything put in, the final touches, and off to press as quickly as possible. I got my pre-press guy waiting on standby. He's putting the supplemental together right now. He probably has that done. And then, all the files should be ready to go. So, long, like just wrapping everything up has been very hectic. Surprisingly, very hectic. So,
and Nate wanted to know, how do we get the original Graveyard Shift?
Well, the original volume 1, I don't think there's any more to offer for sale. You can get them through Mark Polton, probably. If you contacted him, he might have a price for that. But if you just want to read what happened in volume 1, we have collected editions on this campaign. It's called like the ultimate catch-up tier. It gets you volume 1 and 2 collected, volume 3 and 4 collected, and the campaigns for volume 5, you'll have to buy that separately, but you can also get volume 1 through 3 of the supplemental collected, and then volume 4. Each one of those collected editions is $25, but if you were buying each book individually, it would be $25 per book. So you're saving about $100 by getting these collected editions. And then another couple years down the road, I hope to collect them again and drive the costs down even more. So, but eventually that book is going to be like a phone book. So,
like Dave Sam.
Yeah. But, look, if we can get one big book, to like a $50 price tag, I don't even know, because I'll have to see what the actual cost is at the time. That'll be really good, because if you're getting $200 a book for $50, hell yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we'll see. That's still a couple years away at best. But right now, we still have the smaller collected editions, and I'll probably keep those in print just because they're smaller. They'll be cheaper. Some people are still going to look at $50 for, I don't know, 500 pages, or $25 for 50. Well, 25 is cheaper. So.
This is a better value, though.
Yeah,
right.
so we'll have the value would be the larger book for sure. Yeah, and then an omnibus. We're going to do an omnibus down the road, which is going to collect all of the volumes of the main Graveyard Shift book, and then select stories from the supplemental. So, in the supplemental, the Omega Storm Volume 4, that was 158 pages by itself. So, I mean, when we get to an omnibus, that thing it's basically going to be like a remastered, in that everything is going to be kind of lined up in just one big, giant story. So it's going to be, that thing's, it's going to be a big ass fucking book. We might have to make two. I don't know if there's limits on an omnibus on how fucking big you can make these fuckers. So, because we would be pushing the limits for sure. We're already pushing the limits with 6 going into probably 7 volumes of the main storyline. So
if the story's good enough, you can get away with it, can't you? You've got to keep it going.
Sure, yeah.
It's only when people start milking things and then not focusing on keeping their story good and just rushing.
Yeah, we had a plan to go to volume 6, but as we're nearing we're on 5 now. But as we're nearing the end, we're like, yeah, it's probably going to take 2 more to tell the full story without kind of just rushing it out at the end, to get that full kind of payoff into everything. So we're going to look at it. We're already going to be tinkering with the script here within probably another week or so, and seeing, because we'll have to we're planning to lay both of these books out fully, and trying to keep the page count at about 50 pages, because that is the most affordable way to do these books. I've done the 158 page book. I've done plenty of 70. Even volume 5 is 70 pages. It's expensive. When you throw in 20 extra pages that need to be drawn, inked, colored, that cost really adds up. 30 extra pages, 20 to 30 extra pages is nearly your next book, the same cost. So yeah, so we're going to aim for 50 pages probably for volume 6, and then 50 pages probably for volume 7, unless Mark or someone has a genius idea that can bundle it up in 50 pages. So we'll see when we dive in. But right now I'm thinking I'll probably go to volume 7.
It's a good number.
Yeah, it's not a bad number. Yeah, 7 volumes. We have plans, loose plans, where we would go after that. But everything to this point is just to get to there. And I was talking to Mark, and I think that after we do this, what we would probably do is more done in one volume, where it doesn't have to be. All this builds almost like the Marvel Cinematic. It just kept kind of building towards this one big thing, and it ultimately just becomes a large time commitment. And then when you have creative talent that comes or goes, it's like, okay, well, that larger story is now spread among 4 different artists, 5. It's like, you like to keep it down, but if you can get that done in one story, done in one volume, it kind of, to the comic book guy, kind of makes a little bit more sense. Like, okay, that was just that one volume. Then we go to the next one, different style, different story.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Yeah, but the big epic is what we're working on right now. This is, and it's really been my passion and my mission to get there and wrap the story, because I'm always from like the Rob Liefeld mentality with comics, and always the one big drawback with Rob's work, his studio stuff with Extreme, was like you'd kind of get started on something and then it would peter out, or just not get wrapped up. Even when I did Youngblood for him, it's just that there was kind of a story there, then it just So I didn't want to invest all this time and money and effort into something that doesn't ultimately get done. So that is my mission in life, to wrap up at least to our volume 6, 7 of Graveyard Shift and tell that one big story. Hopefully have that one big payoff, those little beats in there of like oh shit moments, and yeah. Will Omega Storm be at C2E2?
How many pages would you?
Yes. Go ahead.
How many pages would you say would be in the omnibus?
God, I don't even know. Like we haven't even finished making
like 320.
Way more. Like we may have to do 2 omnibuses. That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure how many pages you can actually put in that, or even what would be practical. Yeah, I mean, just in the main storyline by itself, because the omnibus is going to have supplemental material put in there too, but the main storyline itself is probably 500 pages, so volume 1 was probably about 50, volume 2 was probably about 50, volume 3 I think 70, volume 4 I think was 70, volume 5 is 70, and then we're going to try to get 6 and probably 70 both at 50. So 400, 500 pages just in the main volume. And then you take the supplemental material, and that's probably going to be about 300 more pages. So 800 pages. So that's what I'm saying. We might have to do 2 omnibuses. I don't know what else we could do.
I was gonna say, my buddy has the Invisibles omnibus, and that is 1,536 pages, and I mean it's unwieldy.
500 pages in omnibus. Yeah,
1,500.
Oh, 1,500. Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's insane. It's just like.
Well, that's what I would like to try. I would like to try that, but we got to get up to just the soft covers right now. So we do the smaller collected, then eventually we will collect like right now we collect 1 through 2, like 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and then in 7 is going to be kind of hanging out there. So I don't know, we might have to make that double size just to kind of match it up. I don't know. But yeah, and then maybe next would be 1 through 3 collected, 4 through 6 collected, and then if we could do those at $25 each, then you get a really good value at that cost at $25. So $25 is kind of the number I'd like to stick at. But like I said, when we get there, when we're looking at the totality of all the information, we'll have to figure it out at that point.
Brilliant.
Nice.
Brilliant.
Do you, as an artist, ever feel like worried about giving away your idea to somebody else to draw?
What do you mean? You mean like having somebody draw? Well, we have agreements.
Yeah.
We have contracts and stuff like that. No, not really. Yeah, it's work for hire.
Is it ever like a
work for hire?
Is it ever you think like maybe your vision won't be perfectly encapsulated by somebody else doing it?
100% it won't be.
And do you, is that something that you like take care of? Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that.
Is that something you
Marvel
just get used to, I guess?
Marvel can't guarantee. No one is going to put what's in your brain onto their page. Like it's just not going to be exact unless you're sitting there and guiding every waking moment. DC can't do it. We can't do it. No one can do that. No one can read that person's creative mind and duplicate that 100% to what they're going to do. So you have to have some give and take.
As a veteran, how would you like? How is the best way you would deal with that? I guess like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, depending on what aspects you feel that you're losing, I guess you could have a tighter script. You could have tight designs. You just have to provide more information to the artist, and then you have to find an artist that gives a fuck about all that added information. Alan Moore would give all the information in the world, and they would cut half of it out. So, there's just not much you can do about it. So,
gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Find someone that loves to draw and is really good at it, and as difficult as it is, that money isn't a big motivator. It doesn't matter how much you pay somebody, because you can't pay anybody to give a fuck about your work. Because it will never be Spider-Man to them. It'll never be Batman to them. It'll never be something they ever wanted to leave a mark on. And they will view your work as just a job. There's a rare person out there that no matter what they're on, be it Batman or their own thing or whatnot, they always are going to want to work hard. And it doesn't matter if they're being paid, an entry level rate or top rate, they're still going to give it their all. And, those are the people you want to find and reward. But, they're diamonds in the rough. Good luck.
Dr. Ben, it looks like you've been sucked into the Ripper.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is get some of these 3D assets. That's what I hear is very popular. Is get these and look. I'm on the couch. You know what I'm saying? It's nobody
easy.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Story
with John.
told. Amazing.
It's very hard. You'll never find someone that's got the same passion for your project as you have in your mind. Like
especially an artist like John that draws and like he got a certain vision of how he wants his drawing to be. To get someone to replicate that must be pretty awkward to get it.
Yeah, yeah, you got to learn to kind of let go of some of the stuff, because otherwise you'll try to control it to death and you'll suck the life out of that artist and they will quit on you. So it's a balance. And you don't want them to quit on you when you've already invested thousands of dollars into tens of pages,
Right.
you know, for them to work on it. So, in omnibus and collected editions, I don't know. I mean, I could improv. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if I was going to go into the mainstream market, I would probably start anew. I would probably re-release volume. I might even break down volume 1 into like a 20 some odd page, wherever a natural break might be. I think volume 1 actually had a good break in it. Because originally that was kind of like our idea to break them down, but then it just became longer stories. So I would try to break it down into floppies if I went into the mainstream market, I think. So I would release that, you know, so we'd go through volume 1 through 6 or 7 and break those into issues. So maybe a 14 issue run of already completed material. New covers, I would imagine, would be on each one of these books. Because it'd be new to comic shops, so you know, boom, new covers on everything. And then once we get the 14 volumes out, again, collect it all, take all those new covers that were created, put that into a trade with it all, and then sell a new and unique trade. Maybe that
Okay,
maybe
I'm
be
laying
the way that
down.
I'd go about it.
This is me on the couch. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Did he freeze? I think he froze.
Nice. Yeah, he's frozen now.
He looks like a
Oh
scene.
no, the Rippaverse. They've deployed their hackers. You understand,
Yeah.
Johnny? This is war. We weren't going to get away with this, you know, for nothing.
Yeah, I was
They're in
surprised.
league with the Dungeoneers, and so they're trying to mess this stream up.
I'm very surprised I didn't have any trolls or anything. I was expecting a few.
Oh, in your chat tonight?
Yeah. I thought there might have been a few little salty people in there.
Oh, I don't know, man.
Dungeoneer.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know. No, people that are coming here are probably people that actually care about your video series, and you know,
Yeah, everyone seems all right. They're all good people. It's good to see.
I wouldn't say they're good people. I mean, they're all right people as far as we know. Maromi probably has a few bodies.
You never
in
know.
his basement. Yeah.
The real quick, Kamikaze, do you actually look like that? I wanted to ask that last time. Do you actually look like that picture there, or are you just catfishing everybody here? Richie Dupe, do you actually look like that?
I always tell people if it's a girl and it's in the comic sphere, always assume that it's a dude until proven otherwise.
I actually know.
Not that Kamikaze has to go out there and prove anything, but you know, if you know, guys, be warned.
Kamikaze is actually an artist that works with me sometimes.
Kamikaze has worked for you? Oh, okay.
She is actually real.
Yeah, is that her in the photo?
Yeah.
Because I believe that entity is real.
It might be there might be a filter on there a little bit, but
yeah, all these chicks are doing filters now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but then again, Johnny, you might be a serial killer for all we know. You even said as much last time. You hinted that might be your thing.
Never know, do you, on the internet? There's a lot of weirdos around.
Who can we trust here?
Yep.
I think you just have to hope that people. Oh, who's this trapped in the Rippaverse? He's trapped in the Rippaverse.
I don't know what happened.
No.
I'm stuck here. I mean, it is what it is, but you know.
Well, that'd be hell, wouldn't it? Being stuck in there with their like.
It was 3D assets. That's what it is. They'll mess you up. I had to switch over to the.
There's nothing to do. You know what's funny is.
Here it is.
I did a review of that when it first came out, and I'm not an artist, so I don't know this shit. But I was like, "There's something wrong with this art. It feels dead to me." And it was like when it came out that it was like 3D assets. I was like, "Okay, that makes a lot more sense." And I felt really good about myself not being an artist and all. I was like, "Yeah, nice. I noticed."
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I
I
try to use
always
the
say I
AR.
don't
Go
mind
ahead,
how
sorry.
people get there. I just mind that when it's done, that it knocks people's socks off. You know, that it's done at an exceptional level. So, and you know, because I keep bringing up like Tim Bradstreet. You know, he's basically tracing photos, but he's also taking those photos too. So when you're photo tracing whatever, there you can just be a photo tracer, but Tim Bradstreet would do it in a way that it would look incredible. So yeah, that's what matters to me. So if, you know, some people use 3D models. Okay, all right, that's fine. But for everything, and then when it's noticeable, it's like, all right, yeah, it lacks a soul. Lionel Yu.
Well, there's
In the early 2000s, 3D models came in with SketchUp, and for a minute, it seemed like almost everybody in the comic book industry was tinkering with 3D models. But Lionel Yu did it and did it really well, and I think that probably kicked it all off. But same thing, it's like how much can you embellish on that? You know, what can you do to that to kind of make it your own? I think Lionel Yu did a really good job on it. You know, but other people, like, yeah, I mean, this is kind of the result of, I don't know, almost 20 years of people fucking around with models. Like, they just don't care. It's just another job to them. They just want to knock out pages as quickly as possible. They don't give a fuck because you're not Marvel to them. You're not DC.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing I was really upset about with Eric July's. I don't know if you know the guy or not. What's his name? I forgot his name, but Cliff Richards, that's his name. I feel like he kind of
is that the artist?
Robbed Eric July to a degree. Yeah. Well, the artist. I mean, dude, I honestly feel like, and I'm a shitty artist, but I honestly feel like if I drew every panel in that comic book, it would have been better than what we got in that comic book, because the comic book is dead. If you'd seen what I'd drawn, as shitty as it may be in some areas and nice as it may be in others, you'd be like, oh, okay, well, a human living person drew that. But I feel like this whole thing was just, anyway, it just seems like he robbed the dude. Like, he asked him to draw a comic book and he generated the comic book.
Yeah, I mean,
and it was,
you know, I'm not sure I would use those terms, but that's just kind of what I'm saying. You can't pay anybody any amount of money to give a fuck about your project. So when, you know, if you see somebody's doing that and you're against that, then you got to fucking say, hey, what the fuck, man? If you're going to use 3D models, you better make it look like you're not using 3D models, at least for, you know, if you were working on my project. I wouldn't want to hire somebody personally and then start seeing a whole bunch of 3D models, include mainly the figures. That would drive me nuts, seeing these 3D model figures coming out there and just looking like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
like, that's not what I'm paying you for.
Yeah.
So
it's probably more too that, like, the more organic figures in the books are the ones that can't or shouldn't be, you know, acided, essentially. Like, if you're drawing a car and you put it on there, you know, whatever, it'll probably look just fine. But like the organic, the human body, for instance, is just,
well, the thing, like, even with the car though, you know, like, you can, you know, when you look at things like an manga, probably more so, you know, being able to do a car and then, like, maybe trying to put like a fisheye lens or something like that kind of effect to it. I don't know if people really have that on lockdown yet. Maybe they do with 3D modeling, but you know, to be able to do that and know what you're doing on that, then, you know, that's a useful skill to have, to understand this stuff. So if you do try to do like a fisheye effect on something that's a 3D model and it's not working right, that you at least know how to fix that. So
yeah. But tracing, I mean, people do that all the time. That's not like, especially if you're tracing a picture that you took, I feel like that's way better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
if you're gonna trace, if you're gonna trace something,
framed the picture anyway.
If you're gonna trace something, same thing like the Tim Bradstreet example. All right, well, just be sure it doesn't look like a tracing. You know, put in line weights, put in spot blacks, add in your own creative flair while you're fucking around there, textures, whatnot. But if it ends up looking like a tracing at the end of the day, then in my opinion, you failed. So,
I mean, it'll break your computer. I mean, that's I thought it was like so smart and funny with the 3D thing, and then it still is like the laptop is still fucked up. Won't hit the it won't connect. It's insane.
Yeah,
That's a
Richie
cool
Duke.
setup you've got
Richie
there,
Duke
though. Is
said
that
it. He
like
said you need soul.
your screen up there on the.
Oh yeah, the screen's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already.
Well, you've got to have the human. I feel like you've got to have the human hand connected to the human mind involved with that motion to get the soul. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not.
Yeah,
an
I
artist,
don't
so
know what that
I
Cliff
wouldn't know
dude's
for sure, but-
process was, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what his process was because you can look at it and you can see these are clearly 3D models. Like it's just, and again, I don't feel too crazy. You know, I'm not fully against, you know, a couch or whatnot, but the idea that you would put a figure in that couch and he just looks like, you know, like it's
And
like
someone
come on,
else,
man. Yeah.
someone else has created those 3D
Free
models.
transform.
It's not even you designing it, is it? It's just you're taking other people's art and putting.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, right? Is there's didn't seem to be at least what I haven't deep dived on this stuff. I don't have the time, but you know, it seems like it was just they took like zero time to embellish any little kind of extra details on it. They just went right over the lines, like, okay, here's a truck. You want a truck? Here's a truck.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't even really look like they
Yeah.
were going over
It
the
seems
line
like
as
it
much
didn't
as just dropping the whole asset in there, and then just I think somebody else was saying like just
They
put
could be.
a
They could be.
filter over it.
Yeah, because I don't know what they can do these days. Because when SketchUp and all that came out, I messed with it for about 5 minutes, and I was like, it seems like all I could do is barely build a room, you know, and like use the squares and little cut things and all that. And they were showing all these complex things, and I was just like, man, it would take more time for me to figure out how to use this than it would just take for me to actually draw squares within squares for a room. So that was kind of like my beginnings and end with 3D modeling. I was just, you know, it was exhausting to me. I'm like, it's just easier to draw this stuff than to fuck around with this shit. So
it's true. That's true. Yeah, it's.
Well, I think that maybe illustrates a point that some people have the ability to generate things in their mind and see them and just put them on the paper.
Yeah.
Versus other people who can't do that. And so
yeah.
they have to have that kind of
The ship and graveyard shift. Tommy wanted had a model built for it, like a 3D model, because it's, you know, this big giant kind of spaceship. And I don't know if I don't think he uses it all the time, but it's like, and it's still kind of crude. It's not like this super detailed thing, but it gives you the shape, you know, because it's a complex geometric thing. At Marvel, I know they had assets for like Captain America's shield, you know, so, you know, because of the curves on it, whatever, and how things might work. I wouldn't even fuck around with the shield. But if you had something complex, like I believe Marvel also had like the shield helicarrier, which I think the model they were using back in the early 2000s. I understand that they're super complex. Ethan wouldn't. Ethan would say, just draw it. But I understand these high complex things that you want to draw over and over and over again and not have to figure out every time you do it, you know? So I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you, how many, like, do you find Spider-Man difficult to draw with his webbing?
No. Yeah, no. I mean, I've drawn Spider-Man as a fan, you know, a bazillion times. So yeah, no, I could draw the shit out of that webbing. So, yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I would.
Is it
be
something
doing
you get used to doing, or is it like?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you know, I haven't drawn a Spider-Man in a long time, but yeah, I mean, it's just that's something you just kind of take your time. You know, if I was doing it, I would do it in a McFarlane way where the webbing is really good and tight. So, you know.
Can you remember the first character you ever had published, or like the first comic you ever worked on?
The first comic I ever had published was a anthology called Digital Webbing Presents #1, and that's where some of us were getting our start. So Ryan Otley, the guy who did Invincible, and I think his first work might have been Digital Webbing Presents 2 or 3. So we were all hanging out back in the day on digital webbing boards. But yeah, I mean, we had to fund ourselves. So we paid per page. I think it was like $70 per page. So I was drawing. So, and that was inked. So I paid $70 per page, and it was like a 5-page story. The inker, I think, paid $70, something like that. I don't remember how it broke down, but something like that. And then we all pooled our money together to this website, Digital Webbing, and we got our first work done. And then when that sold, that actually made a profit. And then like people were, I think they were just reimbursed more or less. So, but that was my first published work, and that's like you know, so coming from like independent and you know, books and knowing like that the struggle is fucking real in the independent market. You know, I respect people when I see them going and putting, you know, their fucking shit on the line, their own money on the line. It's not the ideal scenario. You'd much rather be getting paid, but you know, look, you got to start somewhere. So, you know, I paid to get my own work published initially through that Digital Webbing Presents #1. Met bunch of people through that book as well. Some of them are, you know, bigger guys now, and yeah,
definitely paid off for you, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was an experience, and you know, eventually it was like, have you been published? Yes, I have. Digital Webbing Presents #1. Yeah, yeah. And then I got pinups, you know, here and there. I did a pinup in. One of the early pinups was I think is J. Faber, I think Farber, something like that. He had a book called Noble. Oh, what was it? Noble something. And anyways, I got a pinup in. Oh wait, no, there was this other book he did, Venture. Yeah, so I did I did both. I think Venture and this other Noble, whatever the hell it was. And then there was a Robert Kirkman pinup that I did in Tech Jacket, which was a book that one of his early books, because I was acquaintances with the artist E.J. Sue, because we were all hanging out in same message boards and chat rooms early, like was like AOL chat or something. So I mean, like we were all fucking, you know, just all hanging out. Noble causes. Thank you, Pork Hunt. Yeah, that was escaping me. But yeah, so we were all hanging out in kind of the same places. Mark Brooks was back there. Yeah, so that and so originally I was on went to a board. It was like the Wizard World boards, but those boards were shutting down. And I remember it was Mark Brooks on the Wizard World boards. He was like, "Hey, everybody, let's go to this place called Pencil Jack," and which was so. Back in my day, there were two main sites that I was hanging on. It was Digital Webbing and then Pencil Jack. So everybody from the Wizard World boards went to Pencil Jack, myself included. At the time, I didn't know anything about it, went to Pencil Jack. And then that became kind of like, I mean, that's where Kirkman was at, and Tony Moore and Corey Walker. That's where all these guys were hanging out at. And Kirkman didn't hang out. Like Kirkman just had a Funkatron. He had his own little message board section for his publishing company at the time called Funkatron. And they were doing Battle Hope, Rit, I think, at Image. And yeah, so little, you know, small publishing stuff. But Kirkman, to his credit, was kind of just, to my best of my knowledge, was a dude working a day job. And, you know, his artists were mostly fucking cocksuckers hanging out and talking shit, which is fine. And you know, so yeah, we were all living our lives on Pencil Jack and Digital Webbing back in those days. And a lot of people were there.
How did you first get hooked up with Rob Liefeld? That's what you've probably said it somewhere else, but like,
well, when I moved to California to work at Image Central, I left from Michigan. I went out there for an unpaid internship for, I think it was 3 months. As soon as the 3 months was out, my wife then came out there. And so the wife everyone thinks is non-existent. And so we were in a town called Brea. And so whenever we would commute from Brea to Orange, which is where Image Central was at. But in between Bray and Orange is a town called Fullerton, and we eventually relocated to Fullerton, which happened to be the road that the Yorba Linda was the main drag there, I believe it was, and Rob lived off of that road. I had a roommate come out, and with the intent that we were from one of these message boards, with the intent that we would try to get a book together. And the moment he showed up, instead of working on a book, he had a connection to Rob from another guy named Jimmy J, who runs that Amazing Arizona, the same show that Patrick Parnell was having a big old fit about in Las Vegas. So Jimmy J was good friends with Rob and published Rob, I think, at that time. And so my roommate ended up becoming Rob's assistant, like almost immediately. Like it just happened while I was still working at Image Central. So our book that we were going to work together never happened. And eventually my roommate and Rob were parting ways. And at that point, I'd already met Rob. I helped him move out of his office, he had like one of those, like a small dental office, like it was like on a little, it looks like an apartment building, 1-bedroom apartment with a bathroom, kind of like that was his office. So I helped him move out of that and move that, I think it was back to his home. And then he moved from that home to a new home. And during that time, my roommate and him were having falling out. And Rob came to me and asked if I wanted to be his assistant. I think I had already started drawing a book for him at that time, which was Nitrogen. Yeah, because my roommate was drawing a book. Yeah, all right, this is a story. My roommate was hired to draw a book for Rob. All he had to do was complete the book. That's all he had to do. And my roommate didn't do anything except work for Rob on occasion. And occasionally Rob would call him up, hey, come visit, help me out with what our transfers and whatnot. It probably just a bullshit, mostly. So my roommate was working on a book for Rob. I can't remember what it was called. I ended up working on a book for Rob while I was working at Image Central. And so basically it'd be like I would work and I would come home and I would start drawing on the computer, on a tablet. So it was a tablet like this. So, I'd be drawing like this, like a retard. But anyways, I was working
done that.
and I was still working. I think I was doing layouts digitally, and I think I was printing those out or something like that. And then I was moving into that. I was still doing traditional art largely at that time. But anyways, I would find myself sitting there working every spare moment, and I would look over my shoulder at my roommate, and he would be playing video games, and I kept thinking, I'm like, this is the one opportunity. We're in our 20s, and I'm like, I already felt like I was getting a little too old for my break to happen at that point. And I'm like, fuck, man, like this is your shot, dude. He and I were both huge Liefeld fans. And I'm like, this is your shot. And you're smoking weed, which look, I was smoking weed too, but I was working while I was smoking weed, I was like, yeah, man, this looks great, dude. And he's playing fucking race car video games. And look, I played some race car video games too, but I got my fucking book done. I don't think he ever got more than maybe 6 pages, maybe 10 pages of that thing illustrated.
Damn.
And I drew 2 books, and they were called Nitrogen, and they're out there and people can find them. But yeah, so, and some point during that time, then Rob and he had a falling out, probably because my roommate was lazy. And then, he's like, hey, will you be my assistant? And I was like, yeah, sure. Why not? So, and that was after Image. That was after Image dissolved and went to Oakland. So, almost immediately, like opportunity. One door closed, another one opened. I was just like, thank God. So, and then that was like a next step. So, and then eventually, California was just too fucking expensive. We weren't making enough money. We were barely getting by there, and it had been 3 years, without seeing any kind of real financial improvement. So we're just like, fuck this. We're going back to Michigan. So eventually got work at Marvel. Been sending them stuff for years. Even at that point, I've been sending them stuff for years. Eventually got a break and did Cable Deadpool you know, probably because of my association with Rob in some way, some shape, some form. And then I was able to, and that was only 12 pages, but they took a pin up from that. They put it into a t-shirt, you know, and like I thought, I'm like, wow, this is going to be my big break. They gave me 2 new Warrior issues to do, which were garbage. Absolute garbage.
That's the new
and
Warriors.
yeah, and it has some and it has some 3D asset backgrounds in there, which are trash. And and then I was just like,
and
yeah,
the stream.
and then that was it. That was it. Yeah, and I was done with Marvel, and I was like, well, you know, it is what it is. And I went back to the independent stuff over the next few years. Started developing Graveyard Shift in like 2010, and then Rob got a hold of me a year later. Like things are, Rob would get, if you ever work for Rob and you need to get a hold of Rob, I found the best way to get him to get back with you was just show him something cool. So draw something really fucking cool, and then all of a sudden he's back in your email, whatnot. But anyway, so
Nice.
eventually I got to work on Youngblood for a couple of years with him, and I'm the writer for a Black Swan movie, I guess. And I've never seen the movie. But yeah, I mean, and those were kind of just like, the book was just not going really anywhere, treading water. That writer left. Another writer, I think, came in for a second. Then, I pitched myself to write the book, and then Rob's like, "Well, I'm going to tell a story first." And then we got like 1 issue, maybe 2 issues with Rob writing it, and then it was just didn't end, and then that was it. The book was done, canceled. You know, just like, yeah.
And like none of that Youngblood stuff is ever going to come back out because all the fucking rights are all.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, I haven't really thought about it, but yeah, I got plenty of issues. Maybe one day I'll combine, because like I got like 20 packs of them. Like Image sent me like these bundled 20 packs or something. So I don't know how many I have, but I know I have a good deal of them laying around, probably in my closet in my basement. One day maybe I'll go through and I'll put together a collection. So, and that's where I started transitioning into full-time digital work. You can see me getting more experimental in like just the page design and whatnot. So
now the chat's asking, and like myself, what did you say about the Black Swan? What the
the movie? Yeah, I believe a Natalie Portman movie. Yeah. So he wrote it. No. He was the writer of it. Yeah. Or one of the writers. I don't know. His name was McLaughlin, I think. I think it was John McLaughlin. So to my knowledge, he worked on a Black Swan movie. And which at the time was probably fairly recent. Because Rob, whatever, I like Rob, but Rob likes to hitch to Hollywood. Black Swan, it's hot. I need that writer.
He is like, I don't know if you listen to Rob's like podcast, but every now and then I will, and like,
no, I have not. I heard I was.
It's just him talking. Yeah, it is really good because he's he has that just contagious energy, and it's just him talking the whole time, and it's just him telling you all this. It's just like
it seems like that is something, and even though I don't know why I haven't listened to it, because I'm like, I love Rob's stories. I love, hearing all the details, the ins and outs. And, I sat with Rob once. We were at like a Kinko Starbucks parking lot, and he was reenacting a phone conversation that I think he had with like Dan DiDio. And it involved a lot of cussing and yelling. And because Rob's this very involved storyteller, we're sitting right there. I mean, like the sidewalk, the front of the store is like 5 feet in front of his car, and we're sitting in his car, which was probably one of his nicer cars. I think he had like a Mercedes, just got like a Mercedes and something sharp. I don't know. I'm car blind. I don't know. It's a sports car. It was silvery and it was really nice. Top, down. This time it wasn't. I mean, there was a roof here, but when he was telling this story, he's telling me that he's in the driver's seat, I'm in the passenger seat, and he's animated. He's flinging around, and he's like, fucking blah, 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 blah. I mean, he's just like going through this conversation like it's happening in real time. And I told him, blah, 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 blah. And he's yelling, like very loud. And I'm just like, holy shit. And people are walking by. And then I got embarrassed because he doesn't care. He's in Rob Liefeld land and it's Rob's world and everybody else is living in it.
Right.
But I'm like, I'm thinking what these people are. I'm like, these guys think I'm getting chewed out by this dude right now, you know? But yeah, he is flipping out in the driver's seat. I was just like, holy cow, Rob. Embarrassing, but he didn't give two fucks at all. But yeah, I mean, tremendous storyteller. But yeah, so one day I'll probably sit back and listen to all of his little Robservations, I think is what they are.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They're fun.
I like Rob. I like Rob, and I say everybody is a three-dimensional person. You know, if you think you're going to get some kind of perfect saintly entity from Rob or myself or anybody else, you're largely going to be mistaken. And with that in mind is just like how I go about everything. So I got a lot of respect for Rob, but also he's three-dimensional. You know, he might have assaulted Dan Frega over a taco. But I understand
a taco.
I understand Rob's point. I don't know if Rob knew that he was making a point, but I see his point. Okay, here's the story. And look, I might exaggerate something. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I've been told and what I've heard, and it's probably been recycled. I don't fucking know. But Rob, Dan, and several other people made a trip to like or El Taco or something like that for a lunch break.
There you are.
And this is when Rob was more volatile and young, dumb, full of cum. Yeah, they go to and order all these different tacos. Like Rob gets this taco, Dan gets this taco, the other guys get their own tacos, right? So Rob, they got a big old bag of tacos, and Rob has to run in for something. So Rob runs out into I don't know, the taco place, I guess. During that time, Dan Pansy Frega decides to reach randomly into a bag that has been filled with everybody's own tacos. He grabs one out at random. Now, you would think that any logical wise man using their brain would look at it and say, let me make sure this is my taco. You say, that's not my, hey, who ordered this? Here's a taco.
Right.
No, Dan grabbed a random taco out of the bag and bit it. And as he bit it, without checking it or testing it or opening it up or inspecting anything, not having any consideration for anybody else in that vehicle, he realized when he bit into that taco was Rob Liefeld's. You don't eat Rob Liefeld's fucking taco. And look, he might have got assaulted from that. He might have got berated in front of his peers for that. And I say, look, man, Rob at that time was 20, maybe 23, 24, 25 years old, making a lot of money. Maybe even at the point, this might even been closer to 95, 96, where everything's starting to wind down. He's looking at this office space. He's looking at people that are fucking off while he's trying to keep the work going for all these guys. And then he finds out his buddy Dan is out here just grabbing a random fucking taco, not inspecting it, not caring about whose taco he's biting into first. And as someone, like I was in the army, went into the army, and I understood that attention to detail matters. And why it matters? Why does it matter if you fuck up your bed? Because if you're fucking up your bed, or if you're fucking up any other of these minor things that mean absolutely nothing, if you're fucking those up, then you're probably fucking something else up that might be more important. So you're hitting it into their head, attention to detail. And there was zero attention to detail when Dan Frega just randomly bit into a taco, which could have been anybody in that vehicles. He didn't care. He didn't care because it's Dan Frega's world and everybody else is just living in it. But while your business is crumbling and you're like, how am I losing money? How am I... Like, I'm trying to pull all this together. And then you get Dan Frega out there not giving a fuck and eating your taco. Eating your fucking taco. So look, from my point of view, Rob had to correct the problem. You know, he had to say attention to detail matters, Dan Frega. And yes, I'm teaching you a harsh lesson, but this is one that you're going to carry on for years. It's going to make you a better person, a better businessman. Everybody's going to look at you in 5-10 years and they say, wow, that's Dan Frega. Because of that slap heard around the world.
It's a scripture too. I know. I think, John, you've said you're not a religious person, but
right.
There are different precepts and concepts. This is from the book of Luke, the Gospel of Luke. It says, "He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much, and he that is unjust in the least is unjust also in much." So that's exactly what you're saying with the army.
Great. Yeah, that's a great line. Yep,
you're stealing tacos. What's the next thing you're taking?
You would say you would agree with that there, John? You would say you agree with that statement, right?
Yeah, I think that if you're doing something in the least, I would say that is probably representative of the most. I think that's the point that Rob was trying to hand down. Rob is a religious man. He basically gave Dan Frega a sermon with the back of his hand. You know.
I was going to say confirmed. John Malin is a Christian. There it is, right there. He agreed with that one statement. Therefore, he believes.
That's it. I've been saved. Yeah. I've been baptized, Valley Law. I've been baptized in what I like to call midnight baptism. Yes.
That's all it takes, folks.
Praise the Lord. Hallelujah.
I was working for a friend of mine. Well, I was staying with my mom's friend. This lady, because I was doing like a summer job, just handing out flyers for like a pizza place. And when I was a kid, so I was under her care for maybe it was a week, you know. And she took me out to a restaurant one night with one of her church friends. And I mean, this is like 10 o'clock at night, you know, it's late. And so I'm a teen. You know, and they're putting the fear of Lucifer, you know, deep into my mind, in my creative mind, and they're basically telling me that the devil can kill me right now, and it scared the shit out of me. They're like, the devil can kill you right now. I'm like, now, like while I'm eating this sandwich, you know, and they're like, yes, and so her friend was like an assistant for the church, so he would go from church to church and stay in like people's homes while he's there helping out at the church, so he had a key to get into the church. So we went to that church, and that's why I like to say it was a midnight baptism. And we went to the church, and I threw on a little robe, and I got baptized that night. I was scared shitless that I was going to be dragged down to hell by Lucifer himself that night. And so, you know, they went to sleep perfectly happy and fine. I'm terrified. And anyways, turned out the guy was whatever. Wait, hold on. So because I had this whole religious it wasn't conversion. I was already like a Christian. I just had no real thing. But now that I was like baptized and I was full in, I was like, I went to like a Christian camp. It was like a week or 2 week long Christian camp, which was also a living hell for me because I'm a teenager. Right now I am full born, like full blown Christian. And I have it in my mind, because someone put this in my mind, that I can even look at a girl's butt without being like asking for forgiveness.
Straight to hell.
And of course, because I was a good looking kid, I go to this Christian camp. I get a girlfriend, and I'm struggling. I'm struggling the entire week because she looks good. She's cute and all that. And I'm just struggling because I have all the devil is in my mind the whole week. And it was just a living hell. It was like, what am I going to do with this boner? Yeah, so it was terrible. Anyways, then it turned out a year later, turned out, oh, wait, hold on. So he was a counselor at that 2-week thing, the same guy that baptized me. And I remember this one kid was having like an emotional breakdown. My dad don't love me. And the guy's like, oh, yeah, come here. Give me a hug. Oh, blow your nose in my shirt. And I was like, really? Kind of gross, you know? And the guy's like, oh,
my God.
Nose in his
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah.
Did he blow his nose?
This is disgusting. Anyways, yeah. Bat the boner, pork hunt. Anyways, yeah. So then I found out about a year later that same guy that was who baptized me in the middle of the night at my midnight baptism and had that strange kid blow his knot all into his nice shirt was also a pervert because he was using the telephones of all the people he was staying with for like 900 numbers.
Oh yeah,
being sex bills on their phone. So that's probably why they were moving this guy around church to church and whatnot. So, anyways,
what a legend, Johnny says.
Yeah,
that's a brilliant scam.
Yeah,
I might do that with my mate.
The only way that could be better is if the kid that was blowing his nose on your shirt and dialing the 900 numbers. Mm-hmm. If that was actually like a young Patrick Thomas Parnell, that's the only way that could that grew up to be.
Yeah, maybe I was getting groomed. I could have been getting groomed. I don't know.
Yeah, early.
I don't know if he was calling gay sex lines. I always figured it was just chicks, you know. But you know, that's what I would have been doing, I guess, if I was.
But you never assume.
He was upset.
Days, you know?
Maybe that's why he was upset.
Phone. Remember those 900 numbers? Pick up the phone. They used to play them on like USA Up all night. Yeah, like every commercial break would be a fucking long sex line commercial. It was like, yeah, baby. Then you go back to Rhonda Shear over there, or it's an off night and you get Gilbert Godfrey, and you're like, oh, it's Gilbert. He was funny though. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. How did we fucking get on that? Yeah.
Well, that was good. God. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like I haven't been able to find any of your Youngblood stuff. I looked for it. I've got some of the cable stuff, and I was like, I want to check out some of these Youngbloods he's got. And I can never find them, but I just got to hit up some people and
maybe eBay. I don't know. People every once in a while, people say, "Hey, look what I found." You know. So one guy I think did go out there and find my Youngblood run. So I don't know what all that involved or how long it took or anything like that, but yeah.
But yeah, no, I like hearing stories about different, obviously I love Liefeld, you know what I mean? Like that's Liefeld and Sam Keith and Jay Lee and maybe.
Oh, yeah, Sam Keith. Yeah. Incredible.
Oof. That's the other thing I want to find out from, I'd love to be able to like talk to Rob and just be like, okay, what's the deal with Sam Keith? Like you got hit. What was your guys' interactions? What was happening there? You know,
yeah.
Like I pestered, Dale Keown.
I'd like to talk to Rob and hear his point of view from that taco story. Like,
that might
be know what Rob's version of that was, because Rob's is probably you know. I'm just saying, you go years stories. You know, he might not have got swatted by Rob. It might have been what the fuck are you doing eating my taco? And I would say, yeah, Rob is right. Don't just reach into a bag. You got 6 other people in the car without inspecting the taco.
Common sense. I mean,
good manners.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Good manners. Mm-hmm. Dan Fragan's dad, by the way, makes a killer cup of coffee, I'm told. Mm-hmm. Oh. Random facts.
Excellent. Well signed.
Oh, Nate said he's got all of his signed. Detroit comic stores. Okay, great.
And the Crow was up in Detroit, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe have some sort of.
Yeah, and like I didn't know, that the rest of the United States didn't really understand what Devil's Night was. Like when I was a kid, Devil's Night was like a thing. But in my area, the white neighborhood, it was a little bit of toilet papering, egging, it's like kind of prank stuff. But
the night before Halloween.
Yeah, the night before Halloween is Devil's Night, yeah. And then we'd always hear about, Detroit's always fucking burning down. And then I remember that one day they made it official and they changed it. They're like, we're not gonna call it Devil's Night anymore. We're gonna call it Angel's Night. And I was like, what is this rebranding crap? This is never going to work. And then it seemed to work for a while. So I don't know. Maybe it didn't work. Yeah. Yeah, you call it Devil's Night. Like, yeah, I kind of want to go out there and be part of that
Burn
season.
some stuff.
Yeah,
I
give
think
me
that
a
must
lighter.
be a universal thing. We did that in England as well. We just used to go out and cause havoc, chucking eggs at people's asses. And
Yeah,
stuff.
but you guys call that Tuesday. Like we do this once a year. And England is just now, as I understand it, kind of discovering Halloween. Like same with Australia. Like we grew up in the 80s, like it was in our blood, Halloween.
We've always had we've always had Halloween here. We just don't we don't really do it like our Halloween. Got to be scary. We don't really have costumes and stuff that aren't scary, if you know what I mean. It's more like horror themed. It's more of a pagan thing, ghosts and ghouls and things like that. And I think in America you get a lot of people like having a lot of fun with their costumes, like dressing up as weird things and funny things. And
yeah, my sister was Rainbow Bright, and she made our little brother, who was, he was really little, made him be her unicorn.
That's quite original.
Yeah, that's not very scary.
Yeah,
Did she like ride him around the whole time?
No.
But some of them can be good. There's some good comical ones, you see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was a chick
when I was
one
a kid. I was
Halloween.
exclusively Star Wars or
Yeah. I can show you the picture. I show everyone the picture because I keep it in my favorites now because it's always like a thing that people are like, hey, show that. We want to see your hot cross-dressing Halloween costume. All right. Yeah, keep your boners in check, guys.
Oh, yeah, no, I've got a copy of that. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
Yeah, my sister did my sister. Well, that's all my sister's stuff, and then she did all the makeup stuff and all that too. So I wouldn't know how to do that stuff.
Right. One year
naturally.
With the tax stuff, I did. You ever seen the guys who'll stand out there dressed up like the Statue of Liberty, trying to get you come and do your taxes? One year I did that. Oh well,
that's my MacGyver hair. And my
Okay.
Swan, my Image comic books in my hand. Yeah.
Nice.
Almost like a young Vaughn Coleman.
Yeah,
It's like sort of a Mel Gibson mullet look. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. That's what the kids would have said. Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid, I was exclusively superheroes and Star Wars characters.
Whoa.
Except for the one time I was Captain Hook. Because Captain Hook is a sick villain. He's one of the best villains. When I was a kid, I liked all the villains more than I liked the heroes, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I like the movie Hook.
Green Goblin, Doctor Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Fantastic movie.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think my favorite Halloween costume, though, was my Boba Fett costume. And I made it all from cardboard. And every girl in the neighborhood completely ignored me. So there's that.
Yeah, they can smell. Yeah,
it was a sick costume.
This wasn't bought at Kmart. This guy made his own costume. Get out of here.
At times, girls don't appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious. What?
No,
what
I don't know why
Johnny
girls
go
wouldn't
as?
appreciate the handmade Boba Fett costume, but yeah, right. Johnny just goes as himself.
Well, that's
Roy, give me an apple.
What if he goes like as like a normal looking person? Like he gets like a normal mask and he's just like a normal looking person instead of his normal. That'd be.
He gets like a Bill Clinton mask.
Mix it
Johnny,
up.
can you do a Bill Clinton impersonation?
Me? Nah, not Bill Clinton.
No.
I don't think so.
Johnny Scab.
Guys, I'm gonna have to go. I just realized it's 10:40, and I got script I have to write tonight and get it off to Eric so we can button this book up hopefully tomorrow. But thank you for having me, Johnny, and nice meeting you guys.
Thanks for coming.
Patrick, Ben, I believe it was.
Nice
That's true. That's true.
All right, and I'll catch all you guys later. Everyone have a great night. I'll see you guys on the internet tomorrow.
Man.
Right.
Okay,
Bye.
cheers, mate.
Peace.
Brilliant.
Fantastic.
So sick.
Chaps.
That's awesome that he came on. You know.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I
He did
didn't
not
say
have to do that, and that was very sick.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah,
It was like he was right here with us the whole time. It was
I sent the link
surreal.
to Ethan.
That's right.
Ethan messaged me back and said that he'd be on, but I think he just must have got carried away with his stream.
It does.
Oh.
Once
No,
you
you
start
see,
getting
this
all
is going to
kinds
be
of
more
stuff.
like this is going to be more fodder for those people. They're going to be like, Ethan's a liar. He didn't appear on the Comicsgate Commandos stream.
John's
liar, Ethan. At it
cross-dressing.
again.
What's
He's a
going
busy
on?
man with his drama.
Right, that's right.
Yeah, they were.
They say this about the Rippaverse, but did you know that John Malin cross-dressed?
I think he's shown that in loads of streams. I remember that in
Yeah.
someone else's show as well.
No, yeah.
He's proud of it. I suppose
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
more accepted back then in the 80s, wasn't it? It was like a lot more men were like the feminine fashion, big hair and stuff like that.
Well,
Yeah.
it was like up until like a few years ago, none of that stuff was like a big deal. You know what I mean? You'd get like guys wearing dresses, this, that, all gigs, this, all the different stuff, and no one cared. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'd get like some people that were really against it and they'd have something, but like for the majority of people, it's like, unless they're out like trying to involve you in whatever they're doing, like, how are you going to even know? You know what I'm saying? Like, generally, they would just be a club or a bar or something. You know, everyone would know. Oh, that's the bar where all those folks go. You know, and like that's what I mean. Like nobody really ever seemed to care, and then
Well,
things just get ramped
I think
up.
that's because people wanted to be free and they wanted to be left alone, and now they want to do whatever they want and they want you to accept it. And it's like two different things. Like when people wanted to be free and just do whatever and be left alone, that's all right, fine. Go ahead and do what you want. But now it's like, no. I'm gonna do all kinds of things, and you're gonna like it too.
You gotta
like,
watch.
I don't.
Yeah.
But I'm my own person. Yeah. Oh, it makes me so. Yeah. Gate kept him. Oh.
I didn't even know
Wow. Gate kept him
Gate
off the
kept
stream.
him.
Johnny, you heartless son of a bitch.
The gatekeeper.
Wow.
I think that was a good like.
We've still got another like a little bit of time. I'll get you on, mate. I'll chuck him the link a minute. No one else seems to be coming on.
I think that was a good ending, though, or well, a finale, because it tied up everything that was going on, but then flipped it all. Is Malin dead? Is he just, a serious injury, a coma? How would we, you know what I mean? Like it opens up more questions.
Johnny Scared, what are the comics on your wall? I got some Cyber Frogs, some Accents, and there's I think there's a Dick Tracy one up there as well. It's just a mix of all sorts.
Excellent. Dick Tracy's always.
Yeah, I got
always
a lot
good
of
mix.
I like Dick Tracy, Judge Dredd. I like a lot of things like that, like crime comics.
Oh yeah. Yeah, what
Dude, I have right here. I have Judge Dredd, Volume 1, or no, is it 1? Is it? Yeah, it's 01 Omnibus. This shit is amazing.
I've been trying to collect.
Oh
all
my
these
gosh!
people.
Like the
2 seconds. I'll be
stories being told in 2 to 3 pages is it's actually something like, because of Judge Dredd, that's been something. Look at this page.
Oh, that is like.
Look at that, folks. Holy smokes. And this whole story will occur in about, sometimes at max, it's like 6 pages. So this one was 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. 4 pages. There was this first 2 page, right? And then these 2 pages, and the story's done. And it's like, but it's always satisfying. It's here. Let me show more. It's always super satisfying. The stories told here, and Judge Dredd's comments at the end and the beginning. It's so sick, dude. Judge Dredd. I love this. I love this shit so much. This old stuff.
He's
It
one of my
reminds me, in a certain degree, it's so good. It reminds me to a certain degree of the Lee Kirby Fantastic Four run, where there's that there's like an innocence and humor involved in the comic that isn't in other comics, because the other comics are more like, what's the word? They break things down, and they try to get to the core of what things are. But like these original comics were so pure and innocent in the way they approached things that it was just like there's a humor to it that's you can't catch any other way. It's just really fantastic.
It's got a
Those
brilliant
original
Dutch
Judge Dredd books are amazing.
Most 2008 has got quite a bit of humour behind it. Like they had some good characters. Have you heard of the Coca-Cola Commandos? That was a 2008.
No.
Yeah, Devlin Noir. He was like a gay vampire slayer. Interesting. It was funny though. It's like dark humour. I've been collecting the annuals recently. All the yearly Judge Dredd annuals from different.
Oh, look at those.
Some brilliant artwork in these.
Dude.
They're all hard.
That one right there. That one you just was holding up. Oh,
that one.
Yeah, that one's like the image of Judge Dredd in my brain since I was a kid. That's the one I saw and was like, that's Judge Death. Dredd. Wow. That's so cool, dude. Howdy.
See, the first Judge Dredd I saw was that one by Simon Bisley, like Judge Dredd versus Batman. You know what I mean? Like I saw that and I was just like, just blown away. I mean, Simon Bisley, anyways. I mean, he is just you can't top Simon Bisley. I mean, he's just like a force in nature or something. You know what I mean? Like he's just this like epitome of I don't know what you would say, like just because it's not like it's not like underground, but it's so like visceral or something. It's like it's painted and it's like it's so textured and just cool looking though. Like because like think like any picture you've seen of Lobo is Simon Bisley basically. You know what I mean? Like everyone like looks at Simon Bisley's Lobo and is like, that's what I got to do. And I mean that. I remember reading that there was like a part where like the lady Judge Anderson is like a psychic or something, and she wakes up and like picks up the telephone and she's like, I picked it up before it rang again. I hate doing that. And I remember like reading that as a kid and just being like, how can you pick up the phone before it rings? How could you even do that? Like, so I mean, like comics are just like they just worm their way into your brain and just stick in there, Fantastic.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think that was some of the first comics I got into 2000 AD, and then I like DC as well. There was a lot of DC characters I liked, like Booster Gold, people like that. He always interested me because he was a bit odd. He was like he sort of cheated to become a superhero. He just found all his gear, and it was interesting.
He has like a whole like canteen pack and everything on.
You don't understand. This is the real deal.
That's what I'm saying. That's
you understand. This is like I got the butt bag and everything.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You have a sidearm as well.
Well, it's like because
I mean, you don't have to like
brutally honest with you. One day, no, I don't have the sidearm on me, but I've got my holster for it. Yeah.
Okay. I was like,
but like
strapped.
One day, during an August wind, I saw the leaves fly off the trees. The brown and orange leaves fly off the trees and float, and caress the ground. And I like instantly felt this feeling of like, hey man, you got to go do something. So that's why I'm here right now, because of that one moment. That's why I have that smearsh right now, because the end is going to come. You see, like the apocalypse.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the end of the times, like the destruction of the world, all that stuff. It's going to happen like, I don't know, 3-4 years from now. So we've got to like, we got to get ready for it. So you just got to be ready for those kinds of things, and this is a real nice thing to have if, meteors cover up the sky and half the world dies. So yeah,
At least.
Very cheery.
Oh, in the
Here we
first
have
run.
the greatest thing of all time. This is the Stan Lee and Jack Kirby omnibus. You guys have no idea. Well, maybe some of you do. This is the greatest comic book run of all time, if you ask me. And it's just utterly fantastic. No pun intended. But it's cool because there was in the I guess the early 2000s, you could say, there was a new series called Fantastic Four, World's Greatest Comic Magazine, and essentially, it was like a what am I doing? It was like a they were trying to recapture the Stan Lee and Jack Kirby magic. And so it was a bunch of different artists and a bunch of different writers at the same time doing this 12-issue arc. And I actually made a little voiceover for that. If you guys want to watch a little bit of it, it's kind of, I would say it's a little bit long, so we don't have to watch it at all if you don't want to, but you'll just really hurt my feelings.
Well, this in Comicsgate, we don't really have room for feelings. It's not, you can't have hurt feelings. You got to be tough. You got to be tough for comics.
No, you're totally right. I was just trying to be honest with you, I was trying to segue into something else, and what came up was that in my mind, and so,
is it like a review?
Like, all right, we're gonna play this video then.
Have you got it to
You want me to show that, Johnny?
Yeah, go for it, mate.
Yeah. All right. This is all me. This is all this.
The fabulous FF face their greatest challenge ever in the Baxter Building Besieged. After facing a host of carbon copies of their deadliest foes, the Fantastic Four return home to a riotous reception that would make a rollicking rock star green with envy.
Reed, someone must have alerted the press to our arrival.
You can say that again. It's a whole swinging soiree. Out of the way, crumbums, before I bounce you clean back to Yancey Street.
Smile for the cameras, Crystal. I want everyone to get a good look at the Human Torch's best girl.
Go on, back off, Charlie, before I clobber the lot of you.
What's the matter, Benji? Pressures of fame too much for our ever-loving blue-eyed idol of millions? A shot! Someone's firing at us. Flame on!
All right, who's the wise guy?
Spread out. The shooter must have blended in with the crowd.
Yeah? Well, he'll blend in with the pavement once I get my mitts on him.
I'll create an invisible force field.
It's no use, Reed. I can't make out anything in all the commotion. But even as they continue their search, a hidden device observes our heroes' every action. For, according to plan, another miniature mechanical menace buzzes through the darkening sky for the FF's home in the Baxter Building. Within instants, it darts through an air vent and into the headquarters of the world's greatest super team. Tiny circuits whir and click as every inch of the Fantastic Four's home is researched and recorded by this strange device, and then automatically transmitted to its secret point of origin. But suddenly, computerized anti-espionage mechanisms built into the Baxter Building isolate this small-scale spy and eliminate it. Only time will tell, however, if they have acted. A short time later, Reed Richards turns his attention to weeks of neglected research and analysis. I dare not upset the others.
Oh wow! Who did that page actually? Because that
it is more vulnerable to attack.
I know, right?
Tests will either
is that like Darwin? Looks like Darwin Cook or
Reed,
something.
you've been working non-stop. Take a break and eat something, darling.
Oh,
dude, it gets to a
I'm
point
sorry,
where you're
Susan, but I can't slow
there's
down now.
multiple artists on the page.
Shouldn't take
and you're
long,
trying to figure
but
out
I have
who it
to
is. And you
finish
just
my
can't.
work here before I even consider anything else. It's gone, but that's impossible.
Is it really, Reed, darling? Or are you simply too involved with your gadgets to remember your loving wife is the invisible girl?
Of course not, dear. I always do routine checks on our instruments and weapons. I guess I got carried away. Watch it, sis. One irascible orange-skinned orangutan coming through.
Johnny, what on earth?
Come here, you loudmouth little creep. You want to act like an overgrown, spoiled brat? then I'll put you over my knee and... Hey!
Johnny Storm, Benjamin J. Grimm. I thought the two of you had grown out of this kind of behavior. Can't you see Reed's in the middle of something important?
Aw, geez, Susie. It's not like he didn't ask for it. That flame-brained brother of yours was blaming me for letting that sniper get away at the airport.
Calm down, Ben. I understand the two of you need to blow off steam once in a while, but Susan's right. I can't work with these continued distractions.
Why? You afraid we'll foul up
That's
the
one of
new
my
baby
favorite
changing
lines.
contraption you're
Why?
calling up to Little Franklin's?
Okay, that's enough. Both get out.
Thank you, dear. Now I can get back to wondering, who sent this?
Yeah.
Even as the man known as Mr. Fantastic ponders this latest perilous puzzle, we turn our attention to a secluded location in upstate New York, where a team of technicians work feverishly to prepare for a fearful new
I
mission.
like that you got that,
Hurry,
like the
hurry.
old timey
All
like
must
radio
be as the master
announcers
instructed.
thing.
There is not a moment to spare.
Yes.
Now take your
I've also,
places on board. The time has come to report
I also
to the
used all this
master.
old music from.
All is in readiness, Excellency.
Of course
Hold
it
on a
is.
sec.
For such is the
What?
will of your mighty sovereign. Such is the will of Dr. Doom. Now, after months of careful preparation, it is time to claim the victory denied me so often in the past. The triumph I should have tasted when last I held the Fantastic Four within my grasp. And, lesser powers though they may be, only a fool would fail to heed the lesson.
Oh no.
Lessons wrought from even the narrowest of defeats.
Was that on
Only
their
the
channel?
most misguided of miscreants would deny the potential for shaping
So I
future
think when I
glories from past mistakes.
start watching the
You have
StreamYard
your orders.
away from the
See to it they are
YouTube
met.
being played,
Leave me to
it
further
starts
ponder
to
what lies ahead.
mess up.
It has been a long time since I have made my home on foreign soil, but this
So I
base
can't
has
see
served
any
me
of you,
well in past endeavors. And after that last unholy conflagration, I refuse to see my beloved Latveria scarred anew by those I hate most. Only out of my
Yeah, what I was trying to say
regard
earlier
for
is that
the
I
welfare
use all
my
of
loyal
these
subjects
old
did I spare the
60s
Fantastic
cartoons,
Four when last
soundtracks, and music.
This time,
And I just rip
I shall
them and
harbor
I just
no
put them
such
here because it
concern.
sounds
Right.
correct.
For plundering
Yeah.
the plenitude of my
Sounds
incomparable
good.
scientific
I love the
creation.
old 60s vibe.
The time has come
Really
for the
good editing,
Fantastic Four to pay.
Meanwhile,
Shake a leg, Stretcho. Sheesh. What kind of guy tells his
What'd you say,
partner to
Johnny?
hustle down to the garage and
I
then
said it's
bullshit
good
his way
editing. It's
himself?
good voices.
sorry for
Good.
the delay, old friend. I
Oh,
had
thank
something
you.
to attend to. But now,
Yeah,
what
all
I
of these
say
are me, but
is that
in
Yeah.
the next one that comes
Reed,
out
that's
in maybe
wonderful.
a couple weeks
But
from now, there's
why
going to
didn't
be
you
one of my
say
friends who
anything?
does the voice
I
of
could
the
have called ahead to
Submariner.
Agatha Huxley
Right.
or something.
Thank you,
I thought it would be
Kamikaze.
more of a surprise this way, dear. Buckle up, everybody.
My favorite
Next
voice
up,
to do is Reed.
Whisper Hill.
He's just such a ham.
Yeah.
But
Well,
once
that's
the
not true. The
Fantastic
Thing
car
is my
safely
favorite
in the
voice.
air,
because
I was
The
gonna
Thing-
say
it
it's got to be
immediately
the thing.
attracts
Like, come
attention
on.
of a most unwanted kind.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
after having
It's
traveled
like
in
that's
human-made crafts,
that's what I'm
I
best
can't
at.
get over
If
how
I do
amazing your
toot my own
Fantastic car
horn, you
is.
know.
It only took a few seconds to put the city
Crystal.
behind us.
Ah,
I was like, I'm just gonna make Crystal
As
sound
our
annoying.
fifth team member, you should know that everything from amazing to unusual is our specialty. Speaking of which, wait till you get a load of Whisper Hill. I think Bashful Benji, to name just one, would attest unusual doesn't even begin to describe the place. Look out! The Fantastic car is being ripped apart by some type of energy blast.
Sheesh. Did you think we'd miss that if you didn't broadcast it for us?
But even as our confounded heroes plummet toward the ground below, another fateful incident is transpiring. A strangely shaped ship descends upon the Baxter building. And then, from within the mysterious craft, legions of savage servo guards emerge. In a matter of moments, the home of the Fantastic Four is thrown into chaos. As though possessed by a single mind, the unfeeling servo guards lunge forth into the FF's home, leaving brutal destruction in their wake. At that moment, a second ship descends upon the celebrated skyscraper, carrying with it a quartet of Doom's most loyal emissaries.
You have your orders. Carry them out. All of Richardson's hardware must be accounted for.
Meanwhile, in the air above a wooded glen several miles outside the city, Susan, I can guide us safely to the ground, but Ben is plummeting like a rock.
Don't worry, Reed. I can do something about that.
Hang on, Chris, I've got you.
What a revolting development this is. Another couple of seconds, and my whole blamed hide is going to be covering the countryside. What? Some kind of invisible cushion is keeping me from becoming an orange omelet.
You're right, Ben. Susan created a flexible blanket of force beneath you to break your fall. Johnny, scout ahead and see if you can find out what we're up against.
Hey, why come old Flamehead always gets to fly out of earshot while the rest of us get stuck listening to you?
How can you talk like that, Benjamin? There's something terrible behind this, and Reed's just trying to get to the bottom of it.
Big deal. So we're in danger again? Just point out the Joker trying to whoop us, and I'll blast him back where he came from.
It's not that easy, though, Ben. Whoever's behind this is actively toying with us from afar. What's more, we probably haven't heard the last of it. I have to confess, I'm not at all surprised by this. I was analyzing some debris caught in our security systems earlier, and noted that a highly advanced spy device was among the refuse.
What are you saying, Stretch? Someone's been watching us? What gives? You usually ain't the type to hold out on us when someone's looking to clobber us.
Once again, old friend, it's not quite that simple. I wasn't certain we were under the threat of attack until now.
Oh yeah? And what gave that away?
This is serious, Ben. If I'm correct in assuming who's behind this, we need to return to the Baxter building immediately. And, speaking of the Fantastic Four's HQ,
the Master should be pleased. We've retrieved all of his stolen inventions, even his time machine. If the Fantastic Four survived our earlier attack, they'll return to their fabled headquarters to
Good
find
Fantastic
instead
Four
a
fans
smoldering
will know what
disaster
his
area.
time machine looks
We
like.
must leave at once, but first, have you carried out the last of the Master's instructions?
Of course. The FF will find more than a charred wreck when they return. I've arranged a special surprise for them, one that will demand their immediate attention.
Excellent. Then let us depart.
At that very instant, many miles away,
Johnny, my darling, is this the way it will always be? Separated one moment, and then plunged into one danger after another the next. Crystal's right, Reed. When will it stop? Will we ever be able to simply relax and spend time with our son?
Listen to them. They long for a normal life. But how normal can things ever be for someone who looks like me?
I like that.
everything will
That's
be
good.
all right, Sue. We just need to get through this together.
Just hurry up and show me who to clobber. After all, I'm not much good for anything else.
Oh! Gosh, what's gotten into the thing, Reed? I'm not sure, Johnny, but his mood is deteriorating fairly rapidly. We've been so busy averting one crisis after the next, I've been too distracted to look for a cure to Ben's condition. Once we've dealt with this new danger, I must once again dedicate myself to fulfilling my promise to Ben, to finding a way to change him back to normal.
Holy cats! Look at the Baxter building!
It's as I feared. Our home has fallen prey to an attack in our absence. You're not just whistling Dixie either, brother-in-law. The place is practically demolished. This is worse than I could have ever imagined. I'm speechless.
Well, there's a first.
Oh, Reed, darling, who could have done this?
It's hard to say, Susan. We have so many foes. Maybe old Willie Lumpkin got tired of hauling all my fan mail around and decided to finally get even.
I don't think so, Ben. Look at that!
I was programmed to await your arrival. Now that you are here, the time has come to do what I was created for. The time has come to destroy the Fantastic Four. Ah, Christ. Ain't that one of the Mad Thinker's nutty tinker toys?
You're right, Ben. It's that super android you encountered on your own a while back. I brought his lifeless form back here for analysis.
Ha! Well, whoever wrecked our pad must have knocked a screw loose in that nutty robot. I whooped Twinkletoes here all by my lonesome before. What makes him think he stands a chance against 5 of us?
Watch out, Ben. He's preparing to strike.
Fall, insignificant cat. None can stop me from achieving my goal.
Oh, no? Then you perhaps weren't prepared for an encounter with one of the incomparable Inhumans. Or for the force of an elemental countershock.
Good work, Crystal. But you'd better let me take over from here.
Oh, your pliable form is a pathetic defense against the Thinker's greatest creation.
You're a challenge, that's for sure. But you're no deadlier than dozens of foes we've faced in the past. Johnny, heads up. Way ahead of you, Reed. That crummy android will be burnt to a crisp when I'm through with him. His android skin is fireproof, but my attack's weakening him. You did good, son. We've got him on the ropes. Now it's up to you, Susan. Try and contain him with a force field.
I can do better than that, darling. I can create a force field inside of him, and then I'll gradually expand it until it explodes from the pressure.
Nice work, Susan. Your control over your abilities gets more impressive all the
She
time.
can just casually do that to anybody.
My
ever.
aching head.
Right.
What happened to the baddie I was tangling with?
It's like, oh, I don't like you.
Stretch your
That
yak him to
exploded.
death or something?
Right.
Don't worry about him, Benji. But what if the Thinker has even more androids waiting in the wings?
Don't even think such a thing, Johnny.
Actually, Crystal, it would be logical to assume that the Thinker is the one responsible for all this. In fact, had someone been watching us for a protracted length of time, that's exactly what they would have wanted us to think.
Sure, but why go through all the trouble?
To keep us off guard, Ben, so we don't suspect what's really going on until it's too late.
Oh, Reed, don't say it. If what you fear is true, we'll never see Franklin.
You're wrong, dear. We will see our son again. But visiting Whisper Hill is too great a risk right now. Every move we make is clearly being observed with the utmost scrutiny.
What do you mean, big brain? That you don't think the Mad Thinker was behind this at all?
It's just a guess, old friend. But if I'm right, we could be up against the greatest threat we've ever faced. Tune in next week for the Prince of Atlantis himself, the Submariner.
That was good, mate. That was good. I like the voices. You're very
Yeah.
talented.
That's like that's
Thank
seriously like all the art, all of it was. I mean, it just seemed like it was just popped out of the '60s. I mean, it's fantastic. The way
That-
the
60s is
lingo,
like that stuff is like baked into my soul, dude. It's like that's the stuff I watched when I was a kid. I watched TV Land, like I Dream of Jeannie,
right?
Hogan's Heroes, all manner of those old, Green Acres, Munsters, all the stuff, all the old stuff. I watched that all the time. And the
Brilliant.
60s comic books.
For those of you in the chat,
That's how I got into comic books.
subscribe to Pat and Dr. Ben. Their links are in the chat. John Malin's link somewhere in the chat further up. I'm going to wind down the show soon, but as a little treat for all the people that might have came late or the people that are stuck around, I'll just play that episode again to fade the show out. And I'll put a little, I'll put a few
Very
videos up after for the chat to have a talk.
On Malin Mysteries.
All traces of Comicsgate burned to the ground. But I, for one, will not sit here and watch that happen.
Many of you have followed me for years and supported my past campaigns. Never have I steered you wrong.
So the mighty John Malin comes to us in his hour of need.
It seems like everybody's fighting everybody nowadays.
Where's Cecil? And where's the comic book? Looks like me and the boys showed up just in the nick of time.
So what are you saying, lads?
Well, fucking too right we're with you, choke out.
Well, fucking too right, well, if you choke out. I love that line. Fucking too right, mate.
War.
I am the rightful leader of Comicsgate. I am the Comicsgate punk. My Dungeoneer friends, we are here today to destroy the fake Comicsgaters once and for all. The age of the Dungeoneer is now. I tried to be nice. I tried to organize social gatherings and make Comicsgate a community we could all get behind. And go to social clubs together. BDSM. BDSM! But they judged us. They judged us all. Bring me the heads of John Malin and Ethan Van Sciver.
Well, here we are,
Oh,
lads.
jeez.
Good day for a day.
Hey, phone everything all right?
Maybe push that up maybe a little bit higher. Yeah, big old cloud. Oh, what happened? Him on the horse.
Wait, Johnny, where's this music from? I know I recognize it, but I just can't. What is this music from?
Gattaca?
Yes.
Gladiator.
Okay.
Oh, Gladiator.
With Russell
Alright.
Crowe.
Perfect.
Abra here live on the front line with the general of the Comicsgate Coalition, Ethan Van Sciver. So Ethan, are you feeling confident that your forces will hold back the Dungeoneers from totally fucking up alternate Earth?
Well, Abra, we've suffered a few casualties, as is to be expected in any war. As you can see, General Piggy is firing away at the walls with relentless force. I'm confident that we'll be inside the walls within the hour.
And do you have a message for Party Time Patrick and the Dungeoneers?
Yes, Abra. I do. We will defeat you with superior technique. Those that do not surrender will be judged by the sword. There will be no quarter given.
That's so awesome. Although technically impossible because land speeders are land speeders. They can't do that in the air.
Well, I mean, it's an alternate reality. They may have...
No, I'm going to shut up now. It's such a catchy tune.
Sons and daughters of Comicsgate, I see in your eyes the same fear that would take the heart of me. A day may come when freedom of speech fails, when we forsake our beliefs and break all bonds of fellowship, but it is not this day. An hour of Dungeoneers and 3D assets, when the age of comics comes crashing down, but it is not this day. This day we fight. By all that you hold dear on this earth, I bid you stand.
All you niggas is crazy. You're all gonna die. I'm out of here, bitches.
Fight with us and you may die. Run and you'll live. At least a while. And dying in your beds, many years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days, from this day to that, for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take Comicsgate?
Narwhal smash. Narwhal.
Damn. Woden's getting all the hits in.
Shane, Yanzi, Mandy. You answered the call to arms. It's good to see you all. I was hoping Shane would see the light and join us. What a glorious victory it shall be.
Ethan, John, with the help of Mandy and her uncle's special moonshine, I managed to harness the power of Mange. I'm learning to control and utilize his life force. Kind of like the Incredible Hulk, but 100 times more cool. It's good to see you all. I never thought I'd see you again.
As I already predicted, Shane harnessed the power of Mange. I knew planting the seed back in the palace and bringing Shane out would work. It just needed time. Now, let us hunt.
Yes. Yeah, that's the real Shane. Gail getting in some shots.
Yeah, it's a perfect likeness.
Mange, help us! I summon you!
Oh.
Chicken attack. Party time's over.
No!
Oh my god.
Is that Liam that's beside Bar there?
You never could beat my technique.
I love how his telescope is a lightsaber. It's amazing. Thanks for letting me live, Johnny. Thanks for letting all the Comicsgate Commandos live.
Yeah, we made it out. I mean,
Well, did we see you? You got hit, but did we see you? Did we see him after he got smacked
I got through
out
over
of the
wall.
tower? Yeah, we did not see Johnny after that. So maybe Johnny's dead too.
well,
Holy shit, that's meta.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the show. And thanks for coming, Pat and Doc.
thank
And
you,
I'll
Johnny.
see you next Sunday.
Fantastic job, sir.
Thanks for having
Fantastic
us. Have a good night, man. Have a good night, Dr. Ben. Have a good night, Johnny.
Adios, folks. I'm gonna
Night,
put the
chat.
video
Night,
up.
everybody.
Sometimes brothers are in war with each other, but at the end, love conquers all.
Hey, I just want to say goodbye. Goodbye to the people who hated on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye, goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye to the people who hated on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye, goodbye to everybody.
Now I need some changes in my life. Now I need to move on in life. Now it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye to the people who hated on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye, goodbye to everybody. Goodbye to the people who hated on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye, goodbye to everybody.
I'm thinking deeply right now. My life with you is like ow, I don't know how to explain this. I don't know why it's happening to me, but I just realize I'm not the person I used to be. Now I just wanna leave this city. This bullshit is not gonna happen again.
Goodbye to the people who hated on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye, goodbye to everybody. Goodbye to the people who hated on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye, goodbye to everybody. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Life is short. Life is short. Don't waste time worrying about me. All of the ones that care for you. In the end, they will be there for you. One day, I'll make it top of the world. Our memories will be swelled. And I'm all aware. And this is the sign of goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye to everybody. Goodbye to the people who hated on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye, goodbye to everybody. Goodbye to the people who hated on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye, goodbye to everybody. Goodbye to the people who hated on me. Goodbye to the people who loved me. Goodbye to the people who trusted me. Goodbye, goodbye to everybody.